Reset by Design Wellness. You did it again. You did it again. We had so much fun. We doing it for the gram, the Bali swing, beach day clubs, checking out the bamboo forest, going to one of the local spas, beautiful local spas, jumping into a pool covered in flowers, floating breakfast. We did it all, and we had an amazing time doing it together. And that's all because of the space that Reset by Design Wellness creates for us. You not only will feel safe physically, but you, more importantly, I feel like, will feel safe mentally and emotionally, which is really the whole reason that we're going on the retreat, is to relax, relate, release, reset, and just essentially come back home refreshed and renewed and ready to take on whatever it is that life is throwing at us. But aside from walking away with tools from the workshops in order to, work on the issues that you may have going on in your personal life, you also walk away with a new community, and you walk away with these women who all are just genuinely trying to support each other. Nobody wants anything from the other aside from a listening ear, perhaps, someone to offer a shoulder to cry on, someone to laugh with, someone to just experience new things with. You walk away with community when you go on a Reset by Design Wellness retreat. So anybody out there, any woman out there who is thinking about going, just go.
Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey y'all, I'm back. What's up? What's up? Your girl is back for another show. All right. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. If y'all still calling it out there, calling hump day Wednesday and all of this. Here, get my words together, girl. I'm trying to catch my breath because I've been trying to shoot an ad and running behind and shooting the ad because I had to go and, you got to clean shit up and all of that. Make sure everything look good because people have ribbed the fuck out you on the internet, girl. They can't wait. They can't wait for an opportunity to find something to rib your ass about. Okay. But yeah, I have a new product coming up for y'all that I want y'all to, check out. Black owned. Okay. It's a hair care product. So I want y'all to, give it a try when I pub it. The link is down below in my description box already, and you can get 15% off. But we're gonna wait for the ad. The ad will be out tomorrow. Okay. I hope y'all are having a really good day, okay? Because some people are not having a really good day. I got a cute little show. I got a cute little show for y'all today. But I wanted to start here. I wanted to start where we started off yesterday. We were talking about Mel and everything that was going on Mel's live on TikTok. Yes, selling new products. Okay, she's selling new products, but also telling y'all about something that recently happened with her and Martell. Okay, now I understand a few things that are happening. First of all, we're using mess to sell products, but at the same time, if mess happens, why not use it? Especially if it's happening to you. I don't have a problem with that. That's not lost upon me, right? But the thing about the commentary on the situation with Mel and Martell that I don't really like is I don't like the way a lot of people talk about their situation because I feel like you just don't like her. And because you don't like her, you refuse to see that Martell is a narcissistic abuser. Like, and this idea that they're the same. The reason why I have such an issue with that is because I don't just match people's like personality types. I match their actions with their words. Okay. So for me, it's always and it's not even about Mel. People will always make it about, oh, you just defended Mel. That's not what it is. I have an issue with seeing women or anybody really be abused in relationships. And because of how narcissistic abuse works, everybody falls for the lie that these two people are the same and they're just doing this shit to each other. When if you actually were to look at the situation bar for bar, you would see that that's not the fucking case. Like you would see that that's not the case. Martell is doing things, like actually doing things, not just saying things, not just being annoying, not just pulling out his phone to record Mel. He's actually doing things, right? Revenge porn, getting his side chick pregnant, putting a battery in the girl's back so that she can attack Mel. I have yet to see a man running behind Mel get into an altercation with Martell. I have yet to see Mel have a baby that does not belong to Martell, even though Martell liked to convince everybody that that could have possibly been the case, even though Boss Baby looks exactly like his rabbit ass. Okay. Yes, a lot like Mel. All of the kids look like both of them. It's it's ridiculous. But the problem really for me is this inability to acknowledge the abuse that's taking place without trying to make it seem as if the victim and the abuser are doing the same thing. And I really don't like when y'all do that. That's triggering for me. As somebody that is well aware of DV and narcissistic abuse and how people will do things to you, and when you respond, they will act as if y'all are all doing the same shit to one another. When I was minding my fucking business, I was asking to be left alone and somebody was fucking with me. And then as soon as I defend myself, now we're all doing the same shit. And it really puts people in a situation to where they feel like they have to silently deal with abuse just so other people won't think that we're doing the same thing and we're just all messy and I'm over here arguing with a fool. There's also a lot of shame that is being like, the way people talk about reality shows is really annoying to me, right? Because anytime we get emotionally invested in a reality show, there's always some weirdo somewhere. It's not real, y'all. It's not real. And I just kind of feel like that doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. That y'all are always so, oh, it's not real. It's not real. I don't think that matters. The reason why I don't think that matters is because essentially these things are still very much happening, and how we feel is how we feel about it. And that does not make it unrealistic. Also, we also get emotionally invested in shit that we know isn't real. And there are a lot of y'all walking around out there that cannot tell the difference between an actor and the character that they play. To the point that y'all walk around calling actors the names of a character they played 30 years ago because you don't recognize them as separate from a character that they played. So it's very weird to me that when we're actually dealing with reality TV shit that's happening in real life, and we have proof that it's happening in real life because people are going to court. Okay? People are going to court. But there's always somebody in the comments that's trying to make everybody feel like, oh, you're just a fool because you're getting emotionally invested because you care about this person. Yeah, that anytime you really care about something, you play in yourself. The mentality of that. I think that that's something that's prevalent in our world, period, is this lack of feeling, this lack of empathy, being smarter. And so if you were fooled by someone, if someone lied to you, if someone did you dirty, if they scammed you, you, the victim, become the person that deserved what you got because you were dumb enough to believe a lie. And I feel like that's a very abusive way of handling people. That's a very abusive way of thinking. And I don't think like that. To me, if you lie to me, you're a fucking liar. You're wrong. I'm not wrong because I believed your lie. I'm not wrong because I believed your lie. I'm not wrong because I gave you the benefit of the doubt to not put myself through mental gymnastics trying to decipher whether you telling the truth or not in every single fucking moment of me interacting with somebody. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And I think that is largely a part of the problem in our whole society, not even just our community, in our society, this victim blaming. It's really weird. And I feel like if somebody lies, if somebody does something wrong, it is their burden to bear. I don't have to carry the guilt and shame of something that somebody else did to me. And that's what I feel like a lot of this energy is, right? And that translates across the board. It's Mel's fault that Martell did this to her because she should have chose better or because she shouldn't have stayed as long. Like all of that bullshit that people say. Why are you meeting up with the side chick? Girl, what the fuck difference does it make? What difference does it make? Makes no difference to what actually happened in the situation, right? So to me, the conversation around Mel is not necessarily about Melody personally as a woman. It is about what she is an example of, which is a person in a narcissistic, abusive relationship with their dumbass husband, and how the world wants to believe. They need to believe that the two people in the situation are on equal footing. And I really think that's a projection. I think especially because it comes from so many women. I think there are so many women out there that need to believe that they're not being harmed the way they are being harmed, right? It's easier. Well, you know, I'm choosing this. I'm in this situation. I think that's a way to not have to be honest about how you are actually being harmed. And it makes me think about Kimmy. It makes me think about Kimmy because I feel like Kimmy is one of those people. When that shit happened with Maurice, and him, you know, doing the interview, doubling down on making her suffer through sex so that he won't cheat on her because he needs sex and all of this shit. When that happened, I feel like that's exactly what she did, right? Like, you act like, I want this. I want sex all the time too. I want to have sex too. I want this. I'm choosing this. So that you don't have to be honest in front of everybody that you feel this person doesn't really love you the way you love them. And that is hurtful and humiliating. And so I think a lot of women bear down on the abuse that they really are allowing, right? They bear down on this abuse because it's easier to just keep getting abused and save face than to be honest. Because, listen, that's a great segue about women choosing to take accountability and responsibility for the way men treat them, even though the men don't fully take responsibility for the way they treat the women. And that translates. I see somebody talking about interviews in the comments. We're going to get to that Kendra and Carlos interview in a second, because that's where I'm going with this next. Because I really want y'all to explain to me why y'all wanted me to watch that. I think I knew from seeing the trailer that I didn't think it was, you know, I don't think I needed to watch that. But of course, I watched it on 1.5 yesterday. Okay, made my husband sit through that terrible shit. So we gonna discuss it because y'all made me sit through it. And I think it's terrible because I think it was unnecessary. Like, point blank period. But here, The thing I wanted to mention about Mel before we move on, besides the attitude towards anytime something comes out about her and Martell and what Martell continues to do as far as harassing and abusing this lady, and how there is really no empathy whatsoever, even in the court system. People were in the comments under the post that I posted on my Instagram yesterday, and they are really like not understanding what's going on. They're not watching the whole video. They're not listening to what's being said. They aren't reading the words on the screen, but they don't like her. And so they want to believe that this is all bullshit. They want to believe they're doing the same thing. They're the same person. So I don't care. Okay, girl, if that's what you want to believe, but I believe in actually looking at situations honestly and not just kind of putting a veil over it to make myself feel comfortable. Right. And I feel like that's what a lot of people do, especially with them. You don't like her, so you ignore the facts of a situation. Right. I can't be bothered with the way y'all think about things. Okay. I just can't. But Mel said in her live yesterday, and this is a part that I missed, was that Martell has punched her and that Martell has pulled a gun on her and said that he wanted to pew-pew her. She said that in the live, that this man has threatened her and has been physical with her. And I want to know when. Because there have been many times when I have felt like he has been physical with her, and then she would get up here on interviews and say that that's not what happened. And that's not to like, be like, you should have been told. No, it's just to say, when did it happen? That's what I want to know. When? And how long have you been protecting him from everybody finding that out? Because at some point I feel like women in general, it's like you can't win for losing. You cannot win for losing. When you speak up about the abuse, they don't believe you, or they say y'all doing the same thing to one another. But then when you stay quiet and some shit come out, everybody want to be like, why did you keep that to yourself? Why did you protect that nigga? It is exhausting. It is exhausting that there is nowhere you can actually win when it comes to this. A lady was in the comments, a lot of people, not a lady, like it, not a lot, but like a dude. I saw a dude say some shit like this. I didn't read all of the comments, but the comment was basically like, why she didn't go to the police? Everybody always want to open their phone and start recording. This is how I know you're not paying attention to nothing that's going on. You're not listening to anything that I said in the video. You're not reading the caption, but you just want to feel away. The lady was outside of the courthouse after they had just finished one situation where he had to plead guilty to harassing her. And she allowed for her attorney to take the domestic violence off of the charge so he wouldn't be penalized in other ways that she felt like did not matter to her. He takes the plea deal after he appealed it, lost again, and so now he takes the plea deal and he set up a situation to antagonize her and have somebody outside the courthouse ready to record. He also brought Ariane to antagonize her. That's all plain as day to me. The lady was walking to her car. She was stopping to take a picture. The man is talking to her as he's driving out because he has circled the fucking parking lot because he was waiting for her. He circled the parking lot so that he could have an opportunity to say something to her. She pulls out her phone and starts recording because he starts to say, it's over now for you and your little boyfriend. It's over for y'all now. What the fuck does that mean? That's a threat. So she pulls out her phone to record him because he does shit like this all the time. And y'all feel like, oh, this is his stunts and shows. Because why are you pulling out your phone? Because the nigga does this all the time. And you need to get evidence in order to protect yourself. A lot of y'all can't seem to fathom. Y'all can't seem to understand because y'all are so used to keep it a secret, hide it, protect his image. Why do all of that? Because I'm fucking tired. That's what it gave to me. She recorded it, went right back upstairs to the goddamn lawyer, told the lawyer, instead of in front of the judge, they said, go file a police report. That's another charge. She went to the police station, showed them the video, created the paper trail. They said, take this to the magistrate. She takes the paperwork to the magistrate. This is all in the video. The magistrate says he doesn't hear a threat. So he ignored her filing a police report. He ignored her handling it in the proper channels. And so then she got on the internet and talked about it. Helped her sell some more products. And also helped her get that shit off her chest and talk about it. Because women go through shit like this all the time. So it's very annoying that, yes, a few of y'all, not everybody and not the most, but a few of y'all in my comments, making comments about this situation that show you don't even care enough to pay attention to what's actually happening before you just start talking. Women are being unalived, and I'm saying unalived just because, whatever, dexterity, bitch. Women get killed every day, B. Because of domestic violence situation. There was a girl, I read the story. I saw a story that just happened last week. Dude went down to the girl's job, killed her in the basement of her job. Women file paperwork. They go through the proper channels. They do what they supposed to do. They go and steal and steal and steal and steal. Because essentially, what y'all don't seem to understand about this whole Handmaid's Tale shit that's happening right now is that a part of that is being willfully obtuse about the abuse that women are going through. Y'all talk that shit in comments, but in actual police stations, in actual families, at actual dinner tables, people are ignoring abusers and allowing them to still roam free to further abuse the same victims or even more victims. Because they want to send a message that nobody cares about you bitches. That's the messaging when somebody is repeatedly being harassed by an ex that shows an obsessive attitude towards her, a violent attitude towards her. Right. They just removed violence against women from the Human Rights Report. I don't understand how y'all get on the fucking internet and talk about these things as if they don't matter. It's just a show. Look at y'all getting all emotionally invested. Like, women are not dealing with this shit every day, all over the place. It is so exhausting. And I really would love for some of y'all that if y'all can't fuck with the content in the moment, just pass by it. You ain't got to tell us how you don't know what the fuck going on. You don't have to explain to us how you don't understand how narcissistic abuse works. You could just be quiet, because a lot of the times y'all don't ask questions. You assert bullshit. And it's triggering. It's triggering. But with that being said, I hope that Mel remains safe. She does have security. Her security is the person that Martell thinks is her little boyfriend. That was said in a video. Somebody like, she need to file a police report. She need to get security. Has security. Security was walking and standing with her. That's why that nigga was still in the car, because the man was with her. He was making sure she got to her car. But what is he going to do about a man hanging outside of a driver's side window, hurling threats at her? What is he going to do about that? The only thing he could do is physically protect her. He can't control what Martell says. And if Martell makes a verbal threat, Mel did exactly what she was supposed to do. But that's another thing. He kept calling her security her boyfriend. He even tried to use it in their court situation with their children, in their custody battle. He kept trying to use her security guard as like, oh, this little boyfriend that she got, and I don't want her little boyfriend around my kids. That's how he kept trying to, like, you know, basically frame her security guard. Talking about, oh yeah, he a married man and she cheating with a married man and that's her security guard. She cheating with him and he married. They've been running that line for months now, at least for over a year. I feel like Ariane and Martell both have been on the internet or out in public saying that shit about Mel and her security guard. And then Martell went to the court and told them people that same shit, which made me feel like you were trying to get her security removed. You were trying to get her security removed. Why would somebody be trying to get one security removed? Maybe because they want to fucking hurt them. I don't know. All right. So let's move on. Let's get into, you know, girl, let's get into the Kendra interview on Carlos, because y'all made me watch it. So I'm going to make y'all sit through me talking about it. I really can't. Y'all could just leave.
Do you feel when people feel like this man is bamboozling you and he got this successful woman that is going to be in a marriage of destruction because he's going to cheat, the baby mamas are going to give you hell, these kids, child support payments is going to be your debt, and you have nothing to show for it.
That's crazy. Like, all that sound crazy. Like, and that just shows you like the power of TV. Like, just because that's what's perceived, like that's what the perception is. Perception is not always reality. We say perception is reality, meaning that what people see, that's what they believe. If I believed that my husband was cheating on me, then, I mean, all of like the whole praise you just gave me, oh, you're this, you're that. Like, I know that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm with Jaceel because I love him, and he's with me because he loves me.
How do you feel when people feel like this man is bamboozling you? And
let me see. Was there another clip I want you?
One of the biggest things that occurred in your marriage that we did get a chance to see on the show is the fact that while you two were married, Joc had a baby on you.
No, we weren't married.
You guys weren't married. You were in a relationship.
We were not in a relationship at the time. We were on a break when this child was fathered.
When you guys got back together, was the baby already born or was the woman still pregnant?
She was still pregnant.
Did he come to you in the reconciliation and told you what was going on? Were you devastated?
But I was like devastated. I'm like, you are reckless. I just couldn't get over how reckless he had to be to just like do that. Even though, like, it's like, well, he can do what he want to do. It's like, no, you have respect. You have some self-control, you know, so as to not go out and create another broken household with a family of color or bring back a loathsome disease to you.
When he got the woman impregnated, how long were y'all on the break at that time?
About 3 months.
So
3, yeah.
Was a part of your devastation was we've only been broken up for 3 months.
Yeah.
And damn, in 3 months, you have another woman pregnant.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I felt. Like, I'm like, regardless of whatever type of story he gave me, like, oh, drunk this, drunk that, this and that, you know, I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And that's, you know, and that's just how I felt, you know, and that's how I feel. I'm like, that don't have nothing to do with me. Think like people say in the comments all the time, oh, she should have forgave him and she shouldn't have stayed with him. She wouldn't forgive him. I forgave him. But what I don't allow Jaceel to do is allow me to carry a burden that's not for me. I've always said, and I will always have that be a rule for me. You will take accountability or this ain't gonna work. Like, I don't have nothing to do with that. especially a decision you make that negatively impacts me, you have to deal with that. That was my condition for us to continue.
How were you able to handle the fact that you're helping to raise another woman's baby that was produced while you and your now husband were broken up for 3 months?
She don't feel no way. She loved the baby loved her, but she ain't got no time for the mama. That's what she said. Okay, so I heard what she said, and I just want to say this, y'all. The reason why I said it was pointless is because nobody, like, I don't know who Kendra was talking to. I don't know who the people are that are always, who believe whatever they think about Kendra. Kendra is stupid to some degree, but she fits a prototype of extremely intelligent young women that get into relationships with men that mistreat them. Like, it's a common occurrence. She is extremely beautiful. She's very smart. And I believe that she has a level of confidence about herself, but something in the childhood made you want to get with somebody like Jaceel. Okay. Something in the childhood, something about it, whatever. But I told y'all that I believe she enjoys this dynamic, and she talks about being from a small town. And I automatically, when I think of her, when I would think about her having these scenes with him where they arguing back and forth and the way they going at it and all of that, and we about to play a few clips just so we could be reminded. She reminds me of the grandmothers that know that their husband is cheating, but their husband is really good at sex. And they don't want to leave him because in their minds, I'm not about to leave my husband unless some other woman get my husband good dick all the time. Like that's the energy, is that you covet the dick, right? So you would rather have him than not have him at all. Older women used to handle their relation when they actually enjoyed fucking their husbands, because I believe that was few and far in between. But for black women would sometimes have, an ain't shit ass cheating. I might, threaten to backhand slap your granddaddy whose dick was superb, right? And this is all that the country poor people have is sex and jobs in the heat. So ultimately, a lot of times people from the country, all they do is fuck and cause issues amongst one another and do messy shit. Okay. That's why I never liked the way people try to say that all of the bad shit only happens, in the cities, or all the bad shit only happens in certain areas. Like, that's such bullshit. Terrible things happen in small rural country towns. Terrible fucking things. But there's nobody there to help. Okay. Either way, I've said that for a long time, that I felt like, hold up. I said for a long time, I felt like she's envisioned herself, like an older woman who, like, she envisioned that. She saw that growing up. Like, there was some woman who was so in love with her cheating ass husband, and they stayed together to the day they died. And at some point, it seemed like it was all worth it to the grandkids. But along the way, it was a whole bunch of screaming and hollering and fighting and fussing until the woman got tired. And then, just let the man do what he wanted to do until the man got too old to do what he wanted to do. And then they got to sit with each other and figure out if they actually like each other. And then because they stuck with each other and they about to die, they just end up liking each other, or they don't, but they just go along to get along, and then they die. And that just be that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when young girls grow up watching those types of relationships, they romanticize them, and the way their body chemistry reacts to men that will give them that same thing. It's like you're okay with raising your pressure. You're okay with getting your feelings hurt. You're okay with feeling like you can't trust him. You're okay with that because he's a certain type of man that is better than the worst of the men which you are used to coming into contact with, right? These men usually kept a job, you know what I'm saying? Take care of everybody. They show up. They have some emotional capacity. And so the women feel like they're worth going through all of that bullshit with. And I feel like she's found that in Jaceel. right? The difference is they're on a reality show, so everybody is privy to the ins and outs of their relationship in order to form an opinion and feel like at one time or another you deserve better. But us doing it on social media is no different than people doing it in their real life. If you think they friends and family not having conversations amongst themselves of, girl, she really need to leave that nigga. Oh, child, shit, I'd have stayed. You saw how he got her laid up in that fucking house. Okay, them niggas be cheating anyway. So what? Like there are conversations just like we have on the internet about her. Her people, her family, her friends are all having these same conversations because your relationship has been displayed in such a way that we know more than we should know for somebody that wants to stay in their toxic relationship. Stop telling everybody. But let's look at some shit.
Everybody ain't did what you did.
Hey, you right.
Exactly.
Everybody ain't did
so
what you
don't try to. I know, but don't try to normalize.
I'm not
what you have done.
I absolutely am not. What
like
I'm saying,
your life
you
is
were.
not normal.
I remember
it's
that
not
you
no
were.
model that I want Amir to follow, a Money to follow, Cadence to follow.
Okay.
Not.
Okay.
And I don't think their mothers would either.
No, but he was about to give himself so much. This is why I say y'all have to stop overly congratulating niggas on every little thing they do. They take care of their family. Nigga, you supposed to do that shit. You supposed to do that shit. I don't give a fuck that most of these niggas is out here not doing it. Most niggas are trash. I'm with you. You supposed to be doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing. And I'm not supposed to be having to give you, fucking gold stars every time you do what you supposed to be doing. And that's another thing that I think is in our society. This need to overly congratulate people for doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing. My God, today.
So let's be honest.
So what are you saying? What is that saying about me? I'm your husband.
Well,
you basically saying you wouldn't want my sons to be like me.
I would not want them to have as many children.
Okay.
And I would not want them to have all of these different situations. That's not something I would want for them.
You should not want that for them. And this is the thing about, a lot of these niggas. Take I say that in this moment because we're talking about them, but in real life, women do this shit too. Inability to take, the inability to just be real and say, yeah, bro, I'm not what you should be. I'm not what you should be. You should not be trying to be like me. When it comes to my hustle, yeah. But I'm so glad. I'm gonna let them finish and then I'm gonna bring y'all another clip.
I don't necessarily want that for them either.
Okay.
But don't sum me up just in the fact because I got kids. Because let me tell you something.
It's not about that.
No. I'm gonna say it like this.
It's not just because you have
because
children.
you've been reckless with your dick.
Everybody ain't did what you did.
Hey, you right.
Hold up. What's this one?
I don't have to get no explanations to no goddamn body. If you understand, you understand.
Nah, what are you talking about? Like,
that's what it is.
You so goddamn big-headed and arrogant. You around here creating babies all over the globe, dropping them off household to household.
All over the globe? What are you
indignant
talking
enough
about?
to not actually be able to tell my mama, tell my...
Listen. Hold up.
Well, Jacelle and I have been in this for a real long time. So,
this is a lie. I don't know who posted this. I just wanted to hear what she was saying, but that's a lie. We're not even going to do that. But y'all know they go back and forth about whether they going to break up.
The biggest things that occurred in your marriage that we did get a chance to see on the show is
okay, that I already know about that.
Okay, so let's talk about last night's premiere of the new season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yay!
Okay, hold up. I like her. I watch her all the time. Hold up.
I want to see if there's a reason why he's kept in, because him not wanting to go has made me very suspicious.
Okay, listen. She said he not cheating on her in that interview, y'all. That's what she said. She said, I do not believe that Jacelle is cheating on me within the marriage. And you know what, y'all? I guess that's the TV magic of them creating storylines on the show so that we would think that cheating has been happening during their marriage, because she has definitely been screaming in his face about shit. But I think the way she explained it was that because he is who he is, she just has to deal with the fact that people are going to come to her with the bullshit, right? And y'all, it's so many clips I want to play at one time because This shit is crazy the way it's kind of like in my head. I can think about at least 2 videos that coincide with this messaging. But hold up. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Because Gilbert Arenas' old lady just said something similar. And I think this is what Kendra is talking about on the interview that she goes through. And so when these things happen, she wants to have a conversation with him about it. And because he has done these things, I believe that, you know, the guilt, people don't like to have to keep dealing with the shit that they've done in the past, even if they are still doing it. Either way, what I'm going to say about Kendra is that I think that Kendra is more than capable of taking care of herself. I think that Kendra, she said she is a kept woman. I believe her. Again, old school is that you cheating. Yeah. You may have a hard time taking accountability. Yeah. My pressure might be high because of your ass. Yeah. But I have my own money on the side. You pay most of the bills. The dick is top tier. And I think you like me most of the time. So yeah, no, I ain't going nowhere. That's what it feels like to me. I think that they must have an incredible physical chemistry. That's the only thing I could think about, because physical chemistry will keep you in relationships like that much longer than you need to be. This is where they are today. Okay, this is where they are today. But I think Kendra is taking accountability for the fact that she is accepting and choosing to be in this relationship. She is. That's what the whole interview was about. I want to be here. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about before we get to this other part. Another thing I wanted to talk about was her saying that at the beginning of their relationship, they never had a conversation about being monogamous. And then one day he goes to her phone and see that she's still talking to the guy that she was talking to before they started dating. And then he broke up with her for 6 months and then popped up one day with his kid on her birthday and took her to the movies. And that's how they got back together. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is a Jedi mind trick. And I think that this is where that age difference shit comes into play, because yes, Kendra is so book smart. She is like, in having an actual argument with him, she's going to win the argument. But there are things that I think player niggas know how to do, and they know how to create these situations for a certain emotion. And women don't know that they are this smart. Like, you don't know that you're being manipulated to the level that you're being manipulated. You're okay with your manipulation at the level that you recognize it. But the thing about being in relationships with older niggas that are like, you know, him with the whoring, so to speak, they know how to set you up to put you in situations that keep them dominating you, and you don't even realize that they're dominating you. It's actual like really high level player pimp shit that Joc did on her. He knew, right? We talked about this with the child support situation. Men know that when they don't have a conversation with you about being monogamous, about, you know, shutting it down and just being the two of y'all, that leaves room for them to do what they want to do, and you not really be able to hold them accountable for it, because, you know, they're always arguing with a lawyer and a judge in a room that can't nobody see. We never had a conversation about being monogamous. So if you catch me doing something and you can't really be mad at me, which means you can't really leave me. That's the mentality behind not having a clear conversation about what you want the relationship to be like. Kendra thinking that she knows Mac is going to keep that same energy, right? We not having a conversation. So I'm going to keep talking to the other dude. Yeah, I'm really feeling you and we acting like it's just me and you, but I'm going to keep my other situation because you fucking young Joc. I seen what they say about you, nigga. You're not going to have me out here looking, you know, young and dumb. So I'm going to keep me a slide, right? This is what she's thinking. How Joc gained her is by making it a big deal and then breaking up with her for 6 months. Joc broke up with her for 6 months and then popped up on her birthday to surprise her. And then he had his son with him. To me, that's all manipulative. All of it. Bringing a son, you shoplifting a pootie, you invoking sympathy. It was her birthday. She probably wants to feel good that day. So she's going to allow you to take her out and spend money on her because it's her birthday. If it was a regular old day, she might have gave you a harder time. Then you let her rock for 6 months because you was mad that she was playing the same game as you. And so you was mad about it, but ultimately you wanted to give her enough time to miss you. And that's what you really was doing. Like the 6 months is, I'm about to give you enough time to miss me. And then I'm going to pop up on you. And I also thought, he thought that, you know, while the 6 months was happening, he thought eventually she might reach back out, but she didn't. Right. So I believe when they got back together, now what has happened, and I think he intentionally set it up this way, was for her to think she had done something wrong. And so now she has something to prove to him in the relationship. She even talked about it. She talked about how it felt like, you know, I can't really be mad at him about the shit that he does, because when we first got together, I was still talking to another dude. But y'all never had that fucking conversation. That was intentional, Kendra. They don't talk about this anymore the way they used to in the 90s, but men used to be really good at Jedi mind tricks is what they call them, right? And there are ways to play with your mind in order to invoke your emotion. This is the reason why in 2025, the games that these niggas play, women are always like, yeah, okay, where's the money? Because you know that you're going to get played. So let me at least get something on the front end out of the situation.
Okay. Everybody
ain't did what you done did.
Hey.
Okay. So I don't know if she recognizes that she got gamed in that way, but she did. She did. Because you wouldn't have never been able, you breaking up with me because I'm still talking to somebody, nigga. You never said we was exclusive. You never said we were exclusive. I didn't hear any conversation where it said I was supposed to shut down everything. No, if you want me to be in a relationship with you, you need to be very clear about it. But she didn't take that approach because that's still the young thing. The young thing is, oh no, I would never want to hurt you. I would never want you to think I would do that to you. That's not what I was trying to do. I'm sorry. And so now you feel guilty. And now when he comes back to get with you, he can use that as a way, first of all, to have more leeway when he does slip up and fuck up, which he did, because y'all got back together and he got a bitch pregnant. And then the idea is that, well, I can't even really be that mad about that because look how it happened when we first got together. That's what she probably was telling herself the whole time. And then she did the Kimmy thing. The Kimmy thing is, if you cheated before we got married, it don't count. Even though if you had cheated on me before we got married, I would have felt like it counted. But now that we've gotten married, I can just give you the excuse that, oh, we weren't married yet. But yeah. So I do feel like Joc is, we talked about this, you know, if y'all missed it, I rated the husbands in my Love and Hip Hop Atlanta live that I did, one of the last public ones that I did a rating of all the husbands. Okay, hold on, let me see. Do I still have that graphic? I do. I still have that graphic. And look where Young Joc is placed at number 2. Okay, and I only put Zay as number 1 because I don't know him. But the more episodes we have, the less I think he's a number 1, and the more I think I was right about him from jump. Grimy. So grimy nigga that know how to pretend not to be grimy really well. That's another thing y'all don't realize. Niggas that just got out of prison have really great manipulation skills. Nobody knows how to invoke sympathy out of women like a nigga that just got out of jail. And I believe before Sierra got with this man, he had just recently got out of jail after being in jail for a long time. I can't remember. I might be wrong. But that's what I thought, okay? That he was in jail. But anyway, Joc was put at the top of the list because everybody under him, I feel like, is lacking in ways that he is not. Right? Joc has more, first of all, more business opportunities than everybody beneath him. Kirk is the only one that's doing just as well, and that's because Kirk is another old nigga and he's smart. But also, like, I don't know why, but I just feel like Kirk ain't giving it up the way I think Joc is giving it up. Okay. I feel like Joc has not put Kendra through as much in the marriage as Kirk put Rashida through in her marriage, right? Zayn is on Zayn is number 3 because I think that Zayn is essentially another one of them like childlike emotional niggas to where the women that are with them have bonded with them in such a way that they view them almost like a son, like the type of love that they have for these men. And it comes from the fact that those men on some level are likable. I think on some level, Joc is really likable. I think on some level, Zayn is very likable. They're annoying because they're stupid. Like they say dumb shit. But essentially, you will sometimes be having a good time and forget that they're the fuck niggas that they are because they have good personalities. Kirk is another one that I feel like has a, somewhat good personality, but I don't like the woe is me thing about Kirk. Kirk walks around feigning, he weaponizes his bad mood to manipulate the people in his family, and I've seen that. I don't like that. Scrappy is the fucking worst because Scrappy is always complaining and wanting to be babied, and he went from being a lover boy player type nigga to being a red pill that is still looking for women to suck off of. It's just, he feels like a barnacle. He feels like somebody that, grabs onto you and sucks and sucks and sucks. A lot of them feel this way. And Mendices was the worst to me because I don't think Mendices actually liked his woman. Like, I don't think he actually liked Yandy. I think on some level, Kirk actually has a good time with Rashida. Zayn actually likes Ashley. I think at some point, Scrappy really did have a good time with Bam and Erica. I think Joc really respects and admires Kendra. And it is really, and Joc is also, I think, somebody that cares. Like the Joc, yes, he emotionally dumps on Kendra. He absolutely does. But the fact that he has any emotion at all, that's where that whole trauma bond thing comes from. Because that's what it really is. These men know that they have to invoke emotion out of women, but sometimes the emotion is real. It's not always a manipulation. Joc, I think, feels like, he has feelings. I don't think he's a sociopath. I think Mendices might be a sociopath, but I think Joc has actual fucking emotions and shit. If he wasn't so misogynistic, he would be way more likable. I wish niggas would read books so that they can unlearn some of these things because they would be, they would be so much better. You know what I mean? Because they have the capability, but it's like they know that this patriarchal bullshit, it benefits them. It benefits them to have women in a disposition. As much as you want a strong woman, you still want to be able to have some type of, dominance over her. But I say all that to say, I wanted to get here because I think this is what Kendra was talking about when she said it's not that he cheats on her, but women are always sending her shit. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I forgot to switch it. My bad.
Social media post, harmless or disrespectful. Like you see bad women and you like it.
It's supposed to be made for liking fucking pictures, and that's what it's all meant to be. So
for me, I really don't care. You can go like pictures, bitches. Like I do not care. I don't think that's disrespectful. I'm saying, what does liking do for you? as a man. So if you have a girl and you kind of know like she's, you know, on your case, you can look. You don't have to like.
No, I get it. I just it's a like.
I mean, the thing that I don't like is that some women actually have done it to me, and you will like something, and then she will DM me and act like, "Oh, look at your nigga. You're married supposedly, but look at him liking my pictures and this and that."
They did that?
Yes. You liking a picture. Now she feels like she has the right to come and show me what my husband is doing and be like, "See, I have access to him. I have this and that." Liking someone else.
Okay. God, they are a very precarious relationship. The way she talks, I imagine that they have a lot of exhausting circular arguments because he feigns ignorance and she's foreign. Anyway, because, you know, like, why don't you understand? That type of thing. And niggas will keep acting like, you know, what do you mean? What do you mean? They know exactly what the fuck you mean. They'll feign ignorance so that they don't have to deal with something. Wasn't she on those podcasts or Real Pill adjacent mindsets? I'm sure she was. Like, she married Gilbert Arenas. I'm sure. But yeah, no, I definitely could see where she coming from with women doing this type of shit. But I also feel like, girl, the way I would be ignoring that shit all the time, like, so what? He liked your post. I don't, what does that mean? What does that mean? And you liked your post. Now what? Oh, I got asked, girl, okay. Like, that's such a weird bitch thing to do. Hoes need self-esteem and something else to do. Because who the fuck, girl, just because he famous, because who the fuck wants to fuck Gilbert Arenas, girl? But yeah, it's Instagram. Like, she not saying that she has a problem with him liking people's pictures, but that women do have a problem with it. And I often feel like, I don't know what, like, I think those women are too insecure to be in relationships. If you can't deal with somebody liking another person's post, then you just can't trust your nigga. And that's what it all boils down to. You can't trust your nigga or you don't trust yourself. Whichever one it is, but that's weird for people to be like, oh no, I'm not about to, you know, you can't like no pictures because then these hoes gonna think they could have you and da-da-da. Girl, you don't own people. It's weird that y'all think y'all do. Men make y'all think that when they do this shit to you and you do it back to them, it's going to work that way. But it really doesn't. I also feel like they like to get women jealous. That's another thing I peeped. Like, liking that women respond that way. Hold up. I got something else I wanted to show y'all that I saw online earlier today. And I was like, child, let me save this because that's interesting as fuck. Hold up. Where am I saved? Hold up. Bro, what the fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. Instagram is doing some weird shit. I'm sorry, not Instagram, TikTok. Ow, wow, wow. Been a lot of places, seen a lot of face. So you won't let me get to my own profile. Thank you. The fuck. Okay. Hold up. White dude, his name was John. He had a Queen Bee Rules on his arm. He asked me if I'd be his date for the prom. Then he buy me.
And be feeding off our energy. Listen, y'all, and this is a man. I always like to get things from the horse's mouth because when a woman says it, y'all don't believe us.
Take advantage, not consciously.
Also, shout out to Brick City Buddha. Okay.
I didn't want nothing else from a woman but that freak vibration. We get off on in a way that's not just sexual gratification. It empowers us. It's an energetic siphoning of y'all energy when y'all are that surrenderous to us in the most intimate, vulnerable state. That shit supercharges a nigga. We can say what we want to say about Diddy. Look what this nigga has been able to accomplish, largely due to the energy he's able to siphon from these women and some of the ways that we now seeing. It ain't the only one. Powerful men have cracked the code and understand the sexual and tantric magic. Put up in a post the other day from Cam Newton. He was like, do you understand the power it is to conquer a woman? Consciously or subconsciously, these niggas be knowing, bro. They got access to so much feminine energy. The more of it they able to consume, the longer that money get, the more elongated their career becomes.
From the horse's mouth, ladies. I hope you heard that. Save this video so that you can play it back the next time that motherfucker doesn't respond to your text messages and you debating whether you want to give him a 14th chance. Save that video He put it in plain English for us, consciously and subconsciously. So even if you got a so-called quote unquote good guy, that motherfucker may still be subconsciously sucking you dry. He said siphoning their energy. And he's talking about through sex, right? He's talking about sexually. But this applies in other ways. Like I said, it's not just sexually. It's the random stranger on the elevator who won't give you space on the elevator. He's siphoning.
It's also the random nigga at the bar that keeps trying to talk to you and you don't want to talk. Like, it's the random nigga passing you while you sitting in your car and he trying to get you to roll down the window because he want to talk to you. That alone, right? Like, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say because there's so many people that feel like, oh, men and women are equal in a way of, oh, we're both of value in the same manner. And I just really don't agree with that because essentially I could walk around all day and not see a nigga that I want to talk to. And I could walk around all day and then have almost every nigga that sees me be trying to talk to me. And yes, it's because of how I look, but it's also because, oh, look, it's somebody pretty whose energy I might be able to siphon from. That's how I know women at large, whether we are, aesthetically, conventionally attractive or not, we all still have this energy that men will come for. And that's why when they talk shit online, I'm just like, look at y'all. Y'all are ravenous with this need to be angry about how women have something that you need and you hate us for it. Energetically. But to me, this is what I like, that conversation, the reason why Gilbert Arenas, Joc, all of them niggas, like the reason why they might do well financially is because they are siphoning the energy of women. And sometimes what has been learned is that you just have to get one really great woman. If you get one really great woman, you can siphon her over and over and over and over again with less complications. When you siphon from several different women over, all these different women all over the place, yes, you get a high from it, but ultimately it also has a lot of pitfalls. So it's really best for men to, as soon as you see a woman that has a lot of the energy that you want, to hurry up and try to find a way to lock her down. Hurry up and get her pregnant. Hurry up and get married. Because you always want to be able to go and siphon from that woman's energy. So with that being said, let's press on. Let's press on. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Before we go to you know what? Let's do India Love.
I don't gotta explain nothing to a BBL bandit.
You're entitled to your own opinion. If you think I'm a BBL bandit, kudos. However, you might need to, let me just stop. Sorry, Jesus. I'm talking about the energy. I'm talking about the energy. I don't know who put the battery in your back, maybe TikTok, maybe the other young women, whatever the case may be. On some like being real. I was being real with the lady. All she did was, you're right. I will cover it up. Okay, cool. Shake my hand, dap it up. All right, you heard it here first. Yeah, she said she gonna. I'm popping it. I'm popping it, and she's popped. She's quiet. She's popped. Silent. Anybody in their right mind, as a viewer or not, when you see a clip of a young lady who just met a man a week ago, who got eliminated at that, who is not.
I don't gotta explain nothing to a BBL.
That chooses for a man's name to be her second tattoo on her beautiful skin, beautiful face, beautiful skin.
So, from what I understand, India Love, who I believe to be a pick-me, is up here talking about how another woman is a pick me. So this is what I heard, y'all. DDG has a dating show. India Love comes on the dating show, like New York in Flavor of Love, right? Because you're already obviously fucking this man. So what is happening here? You come and tell all of the contestants what they need to be doing. And of course, like in most situations, most of them are probably going to tell you, go get your stupid ass the fuck out my face. Some of them are going to dick ride because of who you are. But there are going to be some women that feel like, girl, if you don't get your stupid ass the fuck out my face telling me what to do and what to wear, and you could be right. But nobody wants to hear it from you because we know that you want him. So you're going to come in here and pick at women, and it's really going to come off like you're going to pick at the women that you think he might want the most.
And everything. You choose a man that's not your man, nor nothing close to you as your second tattoo. I'm sorry I have to keep it real with you. That's fucking weird. That's weird. That's weird. You want to not cover it up now all of a sudden? Cool. You're going to look even more weird. That man don't, sorry to say, and I'll let him show you rather than me having to say it myself. It's creepy. I was going to say it rhymes with sleepy, but fuck all that. It's creepy. And it's.
Okay. So I guess the girl's name is Skylar Marie. I don't know. And I hope that one day we could collab soon. Oh, you are the sweetest ever. Thank you so much. So this was basically the girl dick riding at some point. That was an old screenshot from 2018, but this not about being eliminated. I knew it was bound to happen. I had a target on my back since day one I walked in. It's about the disrespect and sabotaging, but God see everything, girl. The way y'all use the Lord and y'all bullshit is crazy to me. What God got to do? Oh, so God gonna come into this very horrid situation, girl. I'm gonna leave y'all alone, cause God be everywhere, girl. God be everywhere. You right. God saw it. God saw. I think it was, and then this one.
Being a mean girl, like I want to share what my experience has been with her because she very much is a disgusting person and she has a disgusting character. And I don't blame her being a mean girl. Like I want to share what my experience has been with her because she very much is a disgusting person and she has a disgusting character. And I don't blame her fully. Like I know that, my ex-husband is the one who I shared vows with and he's the one who ultimately betrayed me. But the fact that she met me as his wife, followed me on Instagram, and then liked stories that I posted of me and him, like waking up in bed together, me and him cooking breakfast together, me and him working out together. Like she would heart all those stories. She would even DM me and be like, y'all are so cute. And at that same time, she was sleeping with him. Like that's disgusting. Like if you were my child and you were moving around like that, I would be so disappointed in you. And the fact that she's constantly bringing God into all things that she talks about is like, girl, God doesn't like ugly. Like, be who you say you are. If you're going to be that girl, then be that girl fully. But when you're out here sleeping with a married man, knowingly, you're not a good person. You're disgusting. You're not a role model. You are not a role model. And maybe she doesn't want to be a role model, and that's cool. She doesn't want to be a role model, but own your famous baby. My ex is dumb. He didn't catch the wave, and YG did, right? So my ex kind of fell behind. Like he didn't get popping. Like he didn't get signed. Because he was dumb. Like he was too busy breaking the law. He was out here stealing and doing things that just got him in trouble. So he couldn't really do anything with that, right? So YG has a good big homie, or a little homie, but now he's rich, so he's a big homie now. So YG reaches out to my ex. We're married. We were just married for the first year, and he's like, hey bro, if you're interested in being a writer for 400, I'll sign you. So I remember going with them to the meeting, and we go to YG's
okay, and this is when I stopped caring. Okay, so basically she's saying that India Love followed her started liking her post, and then fuck the husband. That's what I'm hearing. Let me see. What TikTok say? Hold up. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I wonder, didn't she do the same thing? Like, wasn't she hanging around Holly? Girl. I don't know what this about to be, so I'm not about to play this. Because I thought I had saw another one talking about her, but I don't think I liked it. But yeah, no, I think this is very interesting to watch, like, just to watch a woman, play herself. Like, I think she's repeatedly played herself. And I think, I guess, is, as long as she's making money, she doesn't feel like she is playing herself. Let me see. Somebody saying that the bitch is cringy. Hold up.
Pretty and weird in a good way, and it's another thing to be pretty and weird in a bad way, and that's when people like India Love and Brittany Renner come to mind, especially India Love, because when you and I heard another creator say this, when you base your entire brand off of the way that you look, when you base your entire brand and image and likeliness off of the way that you look, you're going to be working until you die. Like, look at Brittany Renner. She was tossing around her pretty privilege every which way that she could. And now she on the internet crying about how she can't pay her bills and how she's struggling. And it's like, girl, like, you got what you deserve. And I hate to say it, but India Love is on the same path. Like, you're 29 years old. You don't have any children. You know what I'm saying? You're not married, but like, you throw around your pretty privilege every which way. And once you said, well, a bitch turn 18 every day, like, they can never compete with me, like, I'm gonna never be washed up. As soon as you said that, as soon as you even let that come out of your mouth, you already put yourself in a position to compete with those girls that are 18 years old. Because I know for me, like, a 18-year-old is not even on my mind. Like, I could care less about what 18, 19-year-olds got going on. That's none of my business. I'm not concerned about that.
But anyway, this is the conversation around India Love right now. And I just kind of feel like the young lady here is not wrong when she says that you made your whole image about being a pretty pick-me. And what you got to understand is them niggas do not care about you. That's what I get from it. These niggas do not care about you. Like, they will use you. They will siphon your energy until you no longer are the beautiful, young, vibrant woman that they love to use. You ain't got to be for all of the women and all of that. Y'all ain't got to be girls and all of that bullshit that people want to talk about nowadays. Y'all ain't got to, okay? You could be about yourself. But the way you carry yourself and allow these men to use you, when we all know them niggas they're not going to do right by you. Like, everybody, and the reason why we know this is because we've experienced it. I personally have experienced what it feels like to be friends with men, to be around men more so than women, get along with men more so than women, and still have them treat me as if, because I am not male, they can't care about me in the same way that they have to care about a man. Like, I feel like I've experienced that with my boy cousins. I've experienced that with my male friends, because I've always been a woman that hung around men more than women. You may not know that based on my commentary. But yes, my best friends have always been men for the most part. I've always hung around dudes, okay? And what you learn is that at some point or another, you are not a man, and so they cannot care for you in the same way. And other men and boys are going to bully them into picking between you and men. And because they are men, they have to pick men. And so because of that, because I recognize that that's what happens over and over again with women and girls that think they forming friendships with men, that think that they, you know what I'm saying? Like you think you can really trust niggas? Because y'all talk and y'all cool and y'all kick it. No. No. And so she looks crazy doing some of the things that she's doing. Because I feel like all of these niggas is just making the money using her. Who the fuck cares about DDG? To me, her having this situation take place with her being accused of bullying the other girls and not this other woman saying she fucked my husband and all of that, that situation is the only reason that anybody on the blogs is paying attention to DDG's reality show, dating show shit. A lot of people did not even know about it until they started talking about how India Love was bullying bitches. And we know that this is intentional to get, like, we know that this is a concerted effort. This was intentional. We have a conversation about how you're going to pick on the girls. Like, we know it. They're just copying Flavor of Love, y'all. They're just copying the same blueprint of dating reality show when you bring back or you bring to the show a woman that probably is also fucking a nigga so that she can make y'all feel like y'all need to kiss her ring in order to fuck with him. Yeah, we've seen it over and over and over again. And to me, I wouldn't have even known about the dating show if India Love had not had these issues going on, which lets me know that y'all are still using and siphoning from this dumbass little girl in a way that she don't even recognize. But I can't be too upset with her because I feel like most of the time, none of us really realize. None of us. Okay? I wanted to play talk. Oh yeah, and I did see that Boots is gonna be on Love and Hip Hop Miami, and nobody asked for that. Like, I don't know who asked for that. I did not ask for that. And I know it don't matter, but I'm just telling y'all. Because I don't really like her. I've never liked her. She always seemed like she had a nasty attitude. Like, there are women out there whose nostrils naturally flare because they're always upset. They're always hating on somebody. And it's probably because of, their mama. It's usually because of their mama. And that's why when we was talking about that situation, the unknown caller, the mama that was sending all of them text messages to her daughter, Black women, and I'm saying Black women because, we do this in a certain capacity. Because I saw a white woman talking about, I think this is just a white woman thing, but she was like, they do this all over in our communities. She said the women are terrible. They're miserable and they take it out on the kids all the time. All the time. And I'm like, oh no, Black women do this too. Black women do this too. Yo, raggedy Black bitch. You work on my fucking nerves. I can't stand you. You look just like you ain't shit ass daddy. Like, bitch, I have heard women talk to their kids like they cannot stand them. They are the salt of bitches' existence, these kids they've had. So to me, I feel like they got a whole bunch of mamas out here that did not like their daughters. And so their daughters become adult women that are just like them, angry, bitter, upset. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get to Kelly. I'm waiting, but I did want to talk to y'all about this because I saw this and I feel like they keep posting it because they want our attention, and I'm gonna give it to them. So y'all, this is apparently Blueface's new girlfriend. And his mom posted a video of her shaking ass. And so he wrote a message to his mom saying, stop showing my girlfriend shaking ass because I might have to beat a nigga ass behind her. Like, stop, mom. My son, the captain, y'all. Whenever mothers act like pussy procurers for their sons, you hoes are sick. I don't care what y'all are talking about. Women that procure coochie for their sons are fucking sick. You hoes are disgusting. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I am tired of y'all making people famous that are really some of the most degenerate, worst of the worst types of people for us to be seeing on grand scale. she is one of those women for me. Because what the fuck is this? Right? Where is it at? Right here. Blueface girlfriend Angela twerks to Jade and Alexis song and Blueface scolds mom for filming. I'm trying to understand how a nigga in jail, not that. I'm not even trying to understand how a nigga in jail got a new girlfriend. I'm not even worrying about that. I'm worrying about the type of young woman that will want to be with somebody like him. Why, ma'am? I can only assume that you don't like yourself. I can only assume that you don't really love yourself. And I can only assume that a lot of y'all are somewhat control freaks. Any of you women that go and get into relationships with niggas in prison, y'all are control freaks on some level. That's what that tell me. You desperate and you a control freak. You desperate for a man's affections. So you will allow him to come and take from you without actually giving you anything. Because dick is not enough for what they take. Because they take coochie and everything else. But the type of women that get with these niggas that's in jail is because you get to talk to him and cake on the phone with him. And he gonna put his best Mac down because he ain't got shit else to do. And he trying to manipulate you into sending him money. And he can't fuck you. So he gonna put his best work into that shit. And you gonna get all of this attention from him, right? You all excited. You gonna get all this attention from this nigga, right? But it's really because you know where he is. Because while he's in jail, he's not somewhere fucking another woman. So you think. Even though normally when these niggas is in jail macking on you hoes on the phone, they got a whole bunch of hoes they macking on the phone. But it's very weird to me for him to have a girlfriend hanging out with his mama while he's in jail. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry, y'all. That's weirdo shit. That's weirdo shit. My bad, AT Mangela. I ain't mean to get us in trouble. Don't, because he said don't be posting my girlfriend. I told you my man don't play about me. Your man don't play about you. Y'all have got to stop confusing ownership for affection. Cause y'all say shit like, oh, he don't play about me because he's acting like a controlling imbecile from inside of a cage. But I know a lot of women that think this way. Oh, he acting controlling and possessive. So that means he really love me. And he don't play about me. Meanwhile, he gonna disrespect you, dog you the fuck out, and absolutely play with you. He gonna absolutely play with your mind, your coochie, and your emotions if he get out of jail. Yes, he will. He already playing with your mind. Him and his fucking mama playing with your mind. And I'm wondering if the mama playing with your coochie. I have a lot of questions. This shit is weird. It's giving setting her up to be an influencer because nobody knows her. Basically. And if y'all think this is the way to become an influencer, I bid you good luck. I bid you good luck. Because this shit to me is embarrassing. Like, this is embarrassing. You could be with a nigga in real life, but you want to be with a nigga in jail? And then a weird looking nigga in jail. Y'all keep posting pictures of this nigga like he look good or something. That nigga look weird. All them fucking face tattoos and shit. That nigga don't look good. That nigga looks like a weirdo. And what types of conversations are you having with an old, stupid, disrespectful ass nigga? But I forget most of you hoes is dodo brains. It's a shame. And I'm gonna ask who the little girl mama is. Because her mama fucking up too. Like, this is fucking creepy, y'all. It's creepy. We've all seen worse. Don't make it no better. This is terrible. The nigga's in jail. He ain't shit. He's abusive. He's mean. He's disrespectful. He ain't worth shit. But some attention on social media that don't equal to shit. If you ain't smart enough to work it into some fucking money. That's why them hoes over there streaming 24 hours a day. Then you got the lady in the middle that's beautiful, but we don't know, but she can't be that smart because you in a relationship with a nigga in jail. And because you can't be out with him, you on a boat with his weird ass mama that's recording you like she want to fuck you too. Girl, if it's worth it, I hope it's worth it for you. I hope it's worth it for you. And not, oh, it's on a Patreon. It's on a fucking Patreon, y'all. It's on a Patreon, y'all. Y'all got to see it on the next episode. We was having fun. She went to view y'all new house. And oh my God, I'm going to send you view EXO footage. I'm trying to figure out what money. I'm trying to figure out what money. How y'all making money from jail? I have questions. Like, how are y'all making money? You can't tell me that they saved the money. You can't tell me that they invested the money. I need somebody to explain to me. Money, how? Where? Blueface has an audience. I get it, but he's also in jail. He has a couple of restaurants, don't he? Does he? That would be a shock. He has a big audience, but he's in jail. He has a seafood restaurant here in Cali. Okay, so he did invest. Got it. Rented or real estate friends letting him play in it. Okay, got you. Got you. So he gave the right person money. Apparently he owns some of Zoo. So he made some good investments while he was out here. Good. Great. Great. This is what it would look like if Trix and Ronnie had children. All of that behavior would be happening and probably more. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. He definitely invested. Still ignorant. Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, shit, most of them don't even do that. So I'll congratulate him on that. That's smart. That was smart. I'll give him that. Because you see, you know, how a lot of these niggas, listen, a lot of these niggas that's been on reality TV for over a decade ain't did that. So I congratulate him on that. I'll congratulate him on that. But that's still some weird ass shit. That's still some weird ass shit. And exactly, I still feel like he's not that smart. Because he did end up in jail. And it was unnecessary. Like, I believe whatever he got caught up on was like some unnecessary shit. He owes $14 million. My God, today. Yeah, there ain't too many Gucci Mane stories out there. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not the usual. But okay, girl. Okay, girl, damn. And I would still feel like ain't enough money in the world to have me out here stressed out behind that weird ass nigga and his weird ass mama, and then having to deal with Krishan ass at some point. Because please don't think whoever get with this nigga for the rest of his life that they're not gonna have to deal with that batshit crazy ass woman. I saw her online earlier today. Somebody asked her about the baby. She got upset. But yeah, no, I still feel like he's, you know, I think he's scum. Scum sucking, slithering son of a bitch. And I mean it. I mean it. Where do I want to go? So speaking of, you know, niggas loving hoes in jail and stuff, well, you know, niggas being in jail. Young Thug, y'all. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of people releasing clips of Young Thug pillow talking to India. I'm sorry, not India Love Child. Mariah the Scientist with her slow ass. I'm calling them slow because I feel like these young women have better choices that they don't take advantage of because they have fallen into some type of toxic, you know, fake love situation. Like, yes, your feelings are real, but are they based on things that actually, I don't know, like are good for you? Does he really love you? Does he really love you? What does love really mean? Is he nice to you, or does he just use you? You sitting on the fucking phone with this nigga while he tell you all of these stories. And the truth of the matter is, I feel like he don't even care about being on the phone with you. It's not even about being on the phone with you. I think he is doing this shit intentionally. He know they recording these conversations. And so I think he's intentionally talking shit on the telephone because he wants it to get to these people.
When Gucci Mane found out that shit, he dropped the nigga. Cause P used to try to rap.
Well, they still friends, so how's that?
Yeah. Guap ended up going to jail. I gave you got him turned soft. Started fucking with a nigga. P used to be signed to Gucci Mane. When Gucci Mane found out that shit, he dropped the nigga. Cause P used to try to rap.
Well, they still friends, so how's that?
Yeah. Guap ended up going to jail. I gave you got him turned soft.
He turned soft. I love hood language from niggas that barely made it out of jail they damn selves. What do you mean turn soft? And that's why I'm sorry, y'all. I never got into any of this. Okay, you can call me elitist. You can call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. But I never did like any of the YN shit. Like I am I'm on the roots crew spectrum of hip hop. Like I like real hip hop. Like I like real rap. And the older I get, the frequency, the energy of music is important to me. So songs that just sound good, that y'all just be out here bumping to for 5 minutes, yeah, okay, great. Like, but as far as playing that shit in my car all the time, listening to it in my house, yeah, no, I don't partake in none of that. I'm sorry, right? Also, I feel like Atlanta niggas don't know how to talk. So if I can't understand what you're saying, I don't care. So they whole little Atlanta generation of weird ass Lil Wayne Future baby ass rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like all of them are a byproduct of Wayne going into rock, as far as I'm concerned. And now y'all at Lil Wayne concerts looking stupid because y'all didn't know he had a rock album. Why are y'all there? Never mind. I'm sorry. That was another topic. But either way, like all of these niggas have always felt like y'all just doing any and everything for clout. And it's not even really about the music. And I like it to be about the music. And I don't feel like it's about the music with these niggas. And then you see all of this other shit and y'all still in a mindset of, oh, you soft? Like, nigga, you was about to spend a lot of time in jail and you talking about somebody soft because Gucci Mane not out here willing to sacrifice his freedom for no bullshit. I would never understand how people wanting to have a better life is them going soft. You being stupid and reckless. I don't know what the fuck you think that is, but it's definitely giving soft brain. It's definitely giving soft fucking brain.
Nah, the nigga. So Pete left at the house. I guess he didn't want the police to know that he was in the spot. So he left at the spot. And then he seen the nigga in the mall, I think a month later. He called the police in the mall. Hey man, I see the man who killed my friend in the mall. Then he
lined them up and everything.
Yes, he came in the store, pulled the gun out, told the nigga get on the ground. Like, man, fuck nigga, get on the ground.
That's what P did?
Yes. P put the gun on
to the nigga.
P put the gun on the nigga so the nigga couldn't leave the mall. Then the police came there and got him. He made him stay in there till the police got him. He said, this man killed my friend. I'm scared.
This nigga is singing like a motherfucking canary. Like Young Thug speaks on QCP allegedly pulling a gun on a man that killed his friend and claims Gucci Mane turned soft after doing prison time in another lead call. Like, what are you getting out of this? What are you getting out of? Is this so you can prove that, oh, ain't none of these niggas street? Yeah, bruh. We know. That's a good thing, dummy. See, when the trial happened, I told y'all them niggas did that shit. Them niggas did whatever the people said they did.
It's my life.
And I don't know why they got out.
Kill me. That's a fact.
Just sitting on the phone gossiping like a bitch. Oh my God. Hold up. There's another one that I wanted to talk about with y'all because I thought this was hilarious and I wanted to pull up some stats because nigga, what are you talking about? Also, fans noticed that Quality Control CEO P and Lil Baby have unfollowed each other. Why? Like, for what? And also, why do we care? Like, are they gonna fight? What's gonna happen?
Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life. Niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it right. Buddy fucking with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake change? How many niggas can take care of their family because of Buddy? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendra, goddamn, put a nigga on. Y'all niggas, you're a superstar. You don't.
Rich people really be both. Who's rich? Who's rich? You think these niggas is rich?
Ran up you a few hundred M, but you ain't putting nobody on though.
See, the way people floss and pretend online, the way people rent shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe that just because somebody said it or because they showed y'all some shit, they got money. Like, I can't believe that at this point because I see how much online shit really just be an illusion.
You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on because the shit you and him doing, this shit ain't really doing that.
Right.
Put somebody on. It's okay to bring you a few hundred M's up, but who you help though? You ain't really help nobody. It's the saying. You did all that shit for nothing, nigga. You ain't help nobody, nigga. Nigga ain't really gaining no fans off of you. Keem ain't big. Keem love hell, man. He can't sell no fucking ticket. Watch out. Like, man, watch out. I truly believe you do a song on me, Wham, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage.
And he would extremely lower his stock if he did. I think this is why I can't stand hood niggas. Like niggas, like YNs and shit. It's why I can't stand y'all. Because y'all don't know where y'all come from. Y'all don't know what happened. Y'all don't know how we got here. And your mentality is just so ignorant and just so stubborn at the same time. Did you miss the part where what we grew to understand is that just because you selling a lot of records don't mean you the better rapper. Just because you sell a lot of records don't mean the culture fucking with you. Just because you sell a lot of records, it does not mean that eventually you won't be broke, disgraced, child strung out on the street somewhere. Just because you sell a lot of records and you got a lot of money today don't mean that that's going to do something for you in the future. But great, you got money. That also don't mean you happy. That don't mean you like yourself. Like, what the fuck? Like, I be like, where niggas be at? Kendrick is obviously somebody that cares about his art. He cares about his art more than he cares about being on songs with weird ass niggas that obviously don't have the same mentality as him. It's one thing to do a song with Drake in them, right? It's a whole nother thing to come down there to all of you niggas level and rap with y'all barely rapping ass niggas. I don't think Kendrick should consider making music with any of you niggas at all. And that's just because I feel like who knows what it means to get involved with you niggas. So nobody want to get involved with y'all. And then I think he said some shit like, what?
I truly believe we'll have your ass dope, trending, like, so it's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you. Not the goddamn, not the rap world. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I wanted to play. He thinks that the only way Kendrick will be fucked with in the real world and not in the rap world is if he makes music with the YNs. Kendrick Lamar has sold significantly more record units than Young Thug. Lamar accumulated over 50 million equivalent album units worldwide. Young Thug sales in the United States are around 2.5 million certified albums. Though his best-selling album, So Much Fun, sold over 1 million units, according to 2024 Instagram posts and a 2023 article from 137pm.com. Either way, Kendrick has seemingly sold upwards of 50 million records. You have sold about 2.5 million. 50 million, 2.5 million, give or take. How are you going to make Kendrick Lamar relevant in the real world and not just the rap world when you only have what, maybe 5 million albums sold in comparison to his 50 million albums sold? That doesn't even make any sense. And it sounds like you're projecting. You're only rap famous. Kendrick is actually world famous at this point. It's very weird. Right, you have 5% of Kendrick's sales. Nigga, you're the only famous to rap people. And honestly, y'all are only famous to like this younger generation of people. I think Kendrick kind of not only covers all of the age ranges for the most part, because of course, stupid motherfuckers are not going to enjoy smart rap. It's just what it is. And there are more stupid people now. No disrespect. But a lot of y'all, no, you're not keeping up. No. But it's insane, the mentality. The delusions of grandeur. This nigga is retarded. I want y'all to let him go. I wish y'all would have left him in jail. I'm tired of talking about him. I'm tired of seeing him. Sexy red looking ass nigga. I am tired. I'm tired.
Obviously, you said you never gonna speak to Phaedra again. I don't even, no shade, no tea. Don't want to push too hard, but do you think there's any way that she could get you to look her way again? Has she ever tried to reach out?
No.
She never tried to reach out.
No.
Cause she know.
No, it's there's no reason for us to communicate it. We've been in the same room before, but there's no reason for us
and
to
you guys just you kind of just avoid, or not even avoid, but just
we just don't interact. We just don't speak. I mean not disrespectful. I don't come in cussing nobody out and that. We just you stay your way, I stay my way. I don't feel the need to fake it for the world in that situation. Yep. I feel like I see people online trying to change what happened. Obviously, y'all did not watch the show. Y'all did not really pay attention to what happened.
Yeah.
And I do not care to re-explain it. I do not care to bring it up no more. If y'all, if people feel how they feel, I ain't changing. So
you were also really vocal about Kenya Moore, like supporting her, and how they were disrespecting her in the promo.
I don't want for Candy to make up with Phaedra, and I don't think that people should keep asking her about it. However, my follow-up question would have been, then why you still cool with Phaedra, with Portia? Why are you still cool with Portia? What happened in that situation that made you feel like Portia was someone you could move forward with, even though Phaedra was not someone you could move forward with? Because they both participated in the same lie. And I know on some level we want to believe that Portia actually believed what Phaedra was saying. I don't believe that. I don't believe that Phaedra lied to Portia and Portia didn't know that it was like, no, I don't believe that. I think that you knew what was happening. I think y'all had decided y'all wanted to be beefing with Candy that season. I think people have conversations before the season starts about who they're going to set their sights on. And I believe that it was obvious that Phaedra was asking Portia to choose a side between she and Candy, and she was choosing a side, even though Candy had been giving her all of those opportunities, work opportunities. So I really would love to know why you felt you could move forward with Portia, but you couldn't move forward with Phaedra. And that's not to say that you should move forward with Phaedra, but just more so, why would you still continue to trust Portia, who seems just as untrustworthy? Questions.
and
yeah, well, here's my thing. Everybody was like, oh, why would you say here's my thing. That's my girl. And I think people don't understand friendship. Y'all don't understand that my friend could be wrong or do something that's not tactful or whatever, but I can still have a conversation with her separately and not have to drag her publicly about something that she did when, whatever. So at the end,
honestly, I feel like that's a that's a problem to me. And I think because people feel like there's no in between, but that's because most of y'all have been raised in toxic, abusive environments where you feel like you have to always be correcting people behind closed doors as to not hurt the feelings of the person you care about the most. But in the moment, I feel like you betray everybody else and yourself in a room when you don't keep it a buck just for the sake of saving somebody's feelings. However, to me, that was more so this comment about Kenya. The energy she was giving was more so reminding me about you being mad that everybody was feeling a way about you supporting Todd Chrisley and your post and delete that seemingly was supporting Diddy. I don't know, because she never really commented on the Diddy part, but she talked about the Todd Chrisley part. And I told y'all I didn't care about, the Todd Chrisley situation. You still friends with Tiny and them, girl. Okay. You still friends with a lot of people that do, fucked up shit when it comes to their finances. That's not the issue for me. The issue is I'ma still be riding and cool with people no matter what they're being accused of, no matter what they do. And I know a lot of people think that's being a good friend, but I just think that's being a follower. Sometimes I think it's just being a follower. I do think there's a level of I don't have to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to speak on it. I could just not say anything. I could even say, that's my friend. That was fucked up, but that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? So what she did was fucked up. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? She know that I told her that. I don't understand why you can't say shit like that. Why does it always have to be, I'm either going to fully support the person no matter what, or I'm not their friend. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, y'all. I don't know. But I often feel like, and I put myself in other people's shoes a lot. But like, if you're in a situation with somebody and their friend is dead ass wrong, and I'm being harmed or hurt, like y'all going in on me and tearing my ass up behind something that's wrong, that's a lie or whatever, and you say nothing and you allow your friend to do the damage, and then you check them in private, but you stand there while the damage takes place. Like, and I'm not saying that that's this specific situation because Candy wasn't in the room when Kenya did all of this shit, but that's how it feels to me sometimes. Like, I'm going to stand here and, co-sign your bullshit. And then I'll tell you were wrong behind the scenes. And I'm like, what is that supposed to do? Does checking people behind the scenes and not in the moment actually make them change their behavior? I don't know. This is just a conversation, y'all. I'm not making a judgment, but I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that attitude that we should always be in or a real friend is somebody that never corrects you in public. Something about that feels wrong to me.
End of the day, yeah, I do feel like, and after it's played out, it was wrong on both sides. And I just kind of felt like, you can't take one off and not take the other off.
And I agree with her on that. And when Candy originally spoke on the situation, I did not disagree with what she said. So that's why I feel like it's not even really about Kenya. It's about Candy having like this repeated pattern of just overly extending and trusting and being a type of friend and loyal to people that are not deserving of it. Like, whether she's doing it online or doing it in her personal life. Like, we saw on, Candy and the Gang. A lot of the times it's this blind loyalty that you have. And it reminds me of her mom. It reminds me of how she responded to her mom. And I think that that's something that happens in childhood where you're being taught to be okay with fucked up shit happening around you. So when you become an adult, it's the same mindset. It's the same mindset. It doesn't matter that it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter that it's fucked up. Who did it? Whoever did it, that's the only thing that matters. It's who committed the crime, so to speak. But yeah, of course, I don't think the Kenya thing is on her at all. And I did not disagree with what she said about it. I just feel like Candy has an overall air about herself, or this repeated pattern of, just allowing a lot of mistreatment for the sake of loyalty. Yes, y'all gotta like the video. Okay, y'all need to like the video. Y'all should hype me up. Y'all should support my channel and stop trying to play me like a soybean burger. Okay, 1,500 people up in here. I'm doing my best. Okay. Yeah, Benji baby, thank you for the super chat. George Bush will pay for his crimes against the country. No child left behind did a number on us. No, it's really insane how much dumber we are as a country in comparison to how we were when I was growing up, where it felt like more people were smart or more people were more balanced. And now that I'm like, no, I don't think that's true. And I think people keep trying to, they always act like the internet is not a real place. And I'm like, the internet is people's minds. Just because they don't say it to you and they don't act in the same ways that they do online doesn't mean it's not what's going on in their mind and in their spirit. And then what ends up happening when it comes to situations that require them to think and ponder and feel. Right? There are situations in real life that are going to require you to show up in a certain way. But how you think and how you feel is going to affect how you show up. People think you can separate how people show up online from who they are in real life, so that y'all act like, oh, you just need to go outside and interact with real people. And when I tell y'all, every time I go outside and interact with real people, it only reinforces the shit that I have gathered from you motherfuckers on the internets. Okay? Makai, thank you so much for the super chat. Bondi, I can't wait to see your Love and Hip Hop review. Oh, I can't wait to give it to you. I watched it last night. I gotta watch it again though. Let's move on from here. But yeah, Candy, you'll be okay, girl. So what the fuck? So, well, first of all, I feel like either people are watching me or I just be right. Either people be watching me or I just be right, or both.
Yeah, you ready? Be honest. You go to Diddy fucking food?
What? I went to the Diddy party. I'm the new Diddy.
What?
Yo,
let me know.
Hell
bro.
yeah, I'm the new Diddy with all the.
No.
Bro, and I'm not talking about it like. Swear to God.
Out, Ray J. Out. So I ever see you in this house again, it's gonna be a problem. Out. Ray, out. Ray, out.
Free Puff, nigga. Free Puffy, nigga. Shout out to Kyle.
Out.
I love you, nigga. Trying it.
Out.
I got a new show with Zeus.
So I am aware that this is a skit. I am aware that this is something that they're performing. I am aware Kai Cenat has on boxers. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Y'all can keep thinking that things like this are only a performance and they're not real, and these people would not do these things in real life. But to me, what I've paid attention to and what I've learned over the years from watching TV shows and movies and documentaries is that when people do shit like this in real time and everybody thinks it's a joke, something serious is actually taking place. Like, it's really the blurring of the lines. And that's what I think the problem is. The problem is that y'all will play games like this to create the blur. They do shit like this to create a blur. And I don't really like that, because then it starts to make you wonder what's real and what's fake. So when something fucked up is happening for real, people won't believe it. Or people will think that you know, oh, it's just a performance. They just playing. This is the way people get assaulted on camera in front of everybody, and nobody does anything about it because these lines of what's real and what's fake have been blurred to such an extent that people don't know what to believe. And yes, this is going far, especially because this is an audience that's primarily children. It looks like so we think it looks like a skit gone wrong. It's a skit, but I don't think it's funny. I don't think that, like, it doesn't make me feel like, oh, haha, it's just a game. No, it makes me feel like everybody's being exploited. Stories will be told years from now about whatever is fucked up that's going on over there at Kai's house and with those streamers and with Ray and all of the networks. I do believe stories, you know. Yeah, I don't think it's funny. I don't think this type of shit, oh, y'all take everything too seriously. I think that you should take certain things seriously, especially once you see how people move in the entertainment industry, blurring lines and shit, basically assaulting people through content. That happens all the time. Haven't y'all been seeing all of these stories about the young girls who were in movies back in the day and TV shows? Well, really movies. Like, they was just talking about Brooke Shields and them doing sex scenes when they were very, very young. Talking about who that nigga is, Michael Moore, and the work he did with the pretty girl with the lips who used to be with MGK. I'm spacing on her name, the actress. Jennifer's Body. Her. Like 15 years old. There are so many actresses that were basically, I believe, being sexually assaulted through content. Megan Fox, yes. They were being sexually assaulted through content, through movies, through the roles they were being asked to play. And so some adult could either watch them have sex, watch them in a sexual situation, or put them in a sexual situation with another adult in a film and act like everything is just pretend and all of that. So when you know that that's the type of shit that actually happens, this type of shit is not funny. I believe it was I thought it was Michael. Is it Michael Bay or Michael Moore? Is it Michael Bay? I always be confusing the two names. But she mentioned it like they were talking about it in an interview because it was for Bad Boys. Who did Bad Boys? Was that Michael Bay? That's who I meant then. I apologize. Michael Bay. Okay, got you. My bad. I know they're both in film. That's another reason why that shit. But I know Michael Moore does documentaries, right? He did the documentaries. Michael Bay does the movies. Got y'all. My bad. I apologize. Yes, got you. Sorry. Marlon Brando assaulted an actress during the filming of Last Tango in Paris. I saw that. I think I saw that one on TikTok. So yeah, once you realize how often people are doing this type of shit while the camera is rolling, you will stop thinking that, oh, buku people are around. What does that mean? What does that mean? People are there. They're recording. What does that mean? You niggas do all kind of shit in front of everybody that's illegal because you don't think that anybody's going to care. You think that you're doing that Jedi mind trick thing where you make people think it's not real when it really is. Yeah, no, Marlon Brando was an asshole. I saw something else about him from when he was older. They say that nigga was terrible. No. Skid or not, listen to what he said. Oh no, that's the reason why I pulled this up. Because when all of this Diddy shit first started happening, who was the first one to tell y'all that he wanted to be the next Diddy? Who told y'all this?
What? I went to the Diddy party. I'm the new Diddy. What? Yo, let me.
Who told y'all? Who told y'all that Ray J wanted to be the new Diddy? Who told y'all? It was me. Just in case. I don't think I saw anybody else saying that shit like I was saying that shit. I told y'all back then, before the Diddy trial even started, I told y'all Ray J and his little backpack wants to be the new Diddy. And what that means is not just party. It means shit on the back end too. So yeah, there's that. Speaking of Ray J, because when we saw Ray J with her, it's another time I told y'all, this is not good. Ray J has orange hair with a backpack in Wendy. Don't trust it. Everything has gone downhill since then. I don't even feel like reading all of this. I'm going to just say what it say. Wendy don't want to do TV no more. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God you don't want to do TV anymore. You shouldn't do TV anymore. You're not in the space to do TV anymore, as far as I'm concerned. And she hasn't been in the space to do TV since she left it. But people always, think all we got to do is give her a little time and send her back out there. No. Sometimes it's time for people to retire and go sit their ass down somewhere. Neighbors, what y'all think about this? Wendy Williams has been through a lot this past year, well, these past few years, especially when it comes to her guardianship. Although her fans would love for her to return to our television screens, sources tell Page 6 that Wendy has reportedly moved past that phase in life and is now focusing on being an advocate against abusive guardianships. Has she even got out of hers yet? Her lawyer, Joe Tacopina, told Extra that Wendy wants to make shift into advocacy to help. Listen, it don't be me all the time fucking the words up, y'all. Wants to make a shift into advocacy to help give a voice to other non-famous people who don't have the power to speak up against the system. Even though people would love to see her grace the purple chair again, she reportedly wants to tour the country and host panels about guardianship. It's just so unjust and quite despicable. Tacopina said, child, whatever it is. What she said to me more than once is, Joe, I wish I weren't in this situation, but if someone is going to be in this situation, better me with a platform so I can expose the system. Now that's real. That's real. It's just an idea, but she thinks it's important. No, I absolutely think it's important. And I think that it's something that I would really hope her son would want to deal with. How could you say she's not being abused? I definitely feel like she's being financially abused. I definitely feel like, there are things happening with her money that are not right. So yeah, I don't know why you're saying that she's not being abused. This is obviously financial abuse, them taking hold of her money in this way and controlling her life and telling her where she can live. Like they've put Wendy into a facility and she can't leave. Like, that doesn't even make, like, I don't even understand. Like, whoever that person is, like, stop, because you're being weird. Like, that's very, very weird. Anyway, let's move on. So, y'all, Cardi. We're going to go to Cardi. No, you know what? Yeah, let's go to Cardi.
Let me add that. Okay. So first thing first, I want to thank my lawyers. I want to thank the jurors. I want to thank the judge, and I want to thank the respectful press. I really, really appreciate that, and I want to thank everybody at home supporting me. I know you guys having a little key with the moment, but to be honest with you, I have missed my kids' first day of school today. I missed my kids' last week of school yesterday because of this. And I'm not even playing around. I would, even if I'm in my deathbed, I swear to God, I will say it in my deathbed. I did not touch that woman. I did not touch that girl. I didn't lay my hands on that girl. And with that being said, this time around, I'm going to be nice. The next person to try to do a frivolous lawsuit against me, I'm going to countersue. And I'm going to make you pay. Because this is not okay. I think people have like this misinterpretations of celebrities. Like, it's like, oh, well, we could ask for this and they're going to settle. You don't work at home and you don't work all day and you don't work for your money to give out your money. So don't ever think that I'm just gonna give you my money that I work hard for. I don't lay in bed all day. I work all day and I work hard for my money, for my kids and for people I take care of. So don't you ever think that you're gonna sue me and I'm just gonna settle and just give me my money. It's not gonna happen. I do also want fans at home though, not to find their social media, her family's social media, her social media, and bother her. I hope that this is something that I leave behind, that she leave behind. Don't go bother her. Don't be talking about her. Don't be talking about how she look. Don't call her no nasty names. Let's just put this behind. But I'm giving a warning. I am not that celeb that you're gonna sue and you think it's gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle, especially when I'm super completely innocent. I know I got a little reputation, but I swear to God I'm innocent. I swear to God, like this, like I'm really innocent for real. And I just want to say thank you, everybody. It's been really tough. It's been really long nights for me. I'm in the middle of
So she said all of that.
You think? Yeah, it's Cardi. What's the verdict?
Hey, Cardi, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Cardi, insiders are claiming that Offset is publicly bragging about getting you pregnant for the 4th time. Do you foresee any paternity issues with Stephon Diggs?
Stop disrespecting me. Don't disrespect me.
I got another marker, Cardi.
Cardi, your court is amazing.
You're amazing, Cardi. I still love you even though you've been through some stuff at me.
I don't care. You're disrespectful. Don't do that. Do you see women asking those type of questions to me? Do you see women asking those questions to me?
It's legit.
Why do you feel as a man you get to ask me those type of questions? Act like you have some manners. And your mama taught you respect women.
Yeah. All right, Cardi.
You think? Yeah, it's Cardi.
So I don't know. Like, I just feel like she need to learn how to like laugh people off sometimes, because essentially, like, people get accosted outside them courthouses, man. I'm not even gonna front on you. So it's like I'm not mad at her for having the feeling, but I am like, do you learn from any of these situations that maybe you need to stop like flying off the handle the way you do? And I do understand that she didn't put her hands on that woman, but that's irrelevant. The interaction that you had with her was enough for her to file a lawsuit. And yes, it was frivolous, but you have to stop engaging with people to this extent, especially when you have money, when you have security guards, and when you have a mouth. You don't have to throw anything. You don't have to run up on people. You don't have to do any of that shit. And I think it's because you don't realize how much power you have in the room. But either way, y'all, Cardi's free. And I do not think that Offset ever said that that was his baby, which is weird as fuck. She hasn't even announced her pregnancy. I saw somebody else saying, you know, oh, we need to stop talking about her body. I'm like, listen, I have not talked about her body, but she does look pregnant. If that means I'm talking about her body, then I guess I'm talking about her body. But I also feel like I don't know how we don't talk about shit. Like I don't know how. Like, help me, because bitch, if I see something, I might say something. I don't know. But I am, you know, happy that this happened as far as like her getting out of this situation. Because who the fuck, like, girl, bye. Who the fuck? Oh, girl. Okay. So propaganda I'm not falling for. Propaganda I'm not falling for is that Diddy was giving princess treatment to Young Miami. The reason why I say that is because I saw lives with Young Miami and Diddy. I do not believe that people act in a vacuum, meaning that the person that Diddy is who he is. It doesn't matter who he's with. I also feel like young women and old women sometimes foolishly believe that men are going to treat them better just because the men decide that they like you more. That is not true. Who a man is who he is. If he's disrespectful, he's going to be disrespectful to you. It's just going to be a matter of time. I listened to the conversations that Diddy had with Carisha. I saw the way he would constantly be having her chasing him in their conversations. I've actually broken it down. So I am really getting tired of the propaganda, especially from Saucy Santana, because I feel like this is like what? The third time he's done an interview and he's always talking about how, you know, Diddy was treating Young Miami so well and she don't have that story. That's not her story. I feel like whenever y'all say shit like that, it's to try to make other women look like something's wrong with them. Right? Because he treated you like that. He ain't treat me like that. I got princess treatment. Bitch, princess treatment is abuse to a grown-ass woman. You're a queen, ho. The fuck? I'm grown. I don't want to be treated like nobody fucking daughter. I have already told y'all the way that man was talking to that girl, the way she was trying to get his attention in a conversation. Whatever you think abuse is, it was happening in their relationship, mental and emotional. The way he would try to play her out. I showed y'all the example, and this is what I'm talking about. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. Pimping and Player 101 is to play with your fucking mind. Just like Joc did with Kendra, playing with her mind, making her think she did something wrong. I could think in my mind right now, well, what happened in one of them lives where she sent him flowers? She sent him flowers. And he got her all excited like he was about to showcase her flowers. He ended up spending more time talking about another set of flowers and then circling back around to hers and just kind of mention it like, yeah, and these are really beautiful. You know, I appreciate that. And then walking off. But the way he was like, let me show y'all what she sent love. Let me show y'all. And then he ends up pulling up to some other flowers that were sent to him. Oh yeah, the women from this, they sent me these flowers. You know, that was really amazing. What they got going on is really great. You know, I really appreciate those women. And, you know, I got these over here. And then, yeah, these are ones that, you know, Young Miami sent me. But yeah, y'all, you see that? The way he did it, it reminded me of the BET Awards where you could tell she was standing in the audience waiting on him to acknowledge her, and he didn't. It felt like he was about to acknowledge her, but instead he talked about the money he was going to give to the schools and shit. So yeah, I'm sorry. I see the Mac. In these situations, I may not always be able to see it up close, bitch. But when we looking at these situations, I can absolutely see the Mac. I can see how you put a woman in a situation where she feels like she needs to prove something. She got to get your attention. She got to be able to talk to you in a certain manner, or you're going to be like, who you talking to like that? It's a lot of manipulative, you know, shit that's going on in their relationship on live. He was doing it on Instagram live. So when this nigga gets up here with his fucking ponytail clicked to the side to tell us about this princess treatment, I get pissed off because I feel like you advertising for dick is what it feel like, and not your own. Are you advertising for Diddy and Carisha because he gonna get out and y'all want us to believe that he ain't did none of the shit that people said he did?
So what was the problem with it? And he was treating her different. She was experiencing things that some people might not ever experience in life. What was wrong with me being happy?
And you've been around them. So the thing is this. How did you see Puff treat Carisha when you were around them?
We used to laugh because we young. So he, good morning, Queen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was princess treatment. It was princess treatment, honestly. And so when it came to her speaking, people was mad because she could only, if I be around you and you only eat apples, I can't speak on Carlos eating oranges because I don't see Carlos eating oranges. Every time I'm with Carlos eating apples. So when it was time for her to speak, so what was the problem with it? And he was treating her different. She was experiencing things that some people might not ever experience in life. What was wrong with me being happy? Man, because she could only speak on apples because she can't relate to oranges.
And see, that's bullshit to me. That's bullshit to me. And it's all predicated in the idea that she was somehow deserving of better treatment than those other women were. That's what it's predicated on. And I don't like that. Because that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm going to say it again. I'm almost 40 years old. I've seen enough niggas. Who you are is who you are. Ain't no bitch gonna make you be different. She just gotta wait her turn.
Were you and her dealing with the emotional aspect of the world really attacking her more so? And that's your best friend. And
the world attacked her because nobody needed you to get on the internet and tell us that that wasn't your experience at that time. Because all it does is create this illusion that maybe that's not true because she's saying she didn't experience it. That's all it does. It's literally an advertisement to make him look like he's not as fucked up as he is.
When I look at the two of you, I see one. Because I feel like you two are just like, I feel like y'all like sisters, in my opinion.
I also think that their idea of being treated well is not really being treated well. It's being lied to and manipulated to a grand scale.
Were there moments of like tears and like maybe some depression, just like, because the attacks, Santana was heavy.
And she's just a girl. So it's like,
she's not just a girl. She's a grown ass woman. What the fuck you mean? She's just a girl. The delusions.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the boy, so I got to be there. You know, I felt like a lot of times I had to stand up and be, you know what I'm saying, like a male figure for her. And then they threw me in it. A lot of people say that.
Well, you threw yourself in it. Like you are once again speaking on this situation. You throw yourself in it because you feel like you need to defend her to make it like she not a weak bitch, right? Because if she with this man and he's abusing her like he abused the other one, she a weak bitch. So you coming up here to tell us that she's special and she not the weak bitch that everybody thinks she is. And what we saying is she's not a weak bitch. She's young and dumb in comparison to the 40, 50 something year old fucking man that's been gaming and macking and manipulating and beating bitches ass for years now. You don't know what you don't know.
That wasn't a.
Another thing is that y'all know the reason why I can't stand, because I feel like he bullshitting and she bullshitting. Y'all from the hood. Y'all know what it's like for niggas to treat women like this. Y'all know what it is and whether they got money or not, but y'all feel like because he got a lot of money is worth it. But you know what it is to be disrespected, talked too bad, cheated on, fucked over, knocked upside the head by a nigga.
Relationship I go in. I'm like, you know how weird that is for me to have to look on YouTube and somebody's mad because she can only speak on apples because she's in that I'm dating my best friend, boyfriend. Like, y'all are what? Y'all are crazy. Like,
nobody said that y'all were dating. Nobody said that y'all were dating. People said that y'all might have been fucking. And because we know how nasty motherfuckers be, no, that's not far-fetched. That's not far-fetched for him to be fucking the both of y'all. No, it's not. It's not far-fetched. It's also not far-fetched for you to feel special for getting the scraps from a nigga like him that's fucking your homegirl. Right?
And it was just completely false. So it was just like, it was a lot. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot to deal with. And I feel like people didn't give her no mercy. And it was like, for what? That was just being nasty. It still is.
I mean, yes, people are. And to some extent, I understand what he's saying. And I have empathy for what it means to be one person and the whole internet is attacking you. But another thing is Carisha got on the internet and called a bitch a eater. The attention she got from this, she brought it on herself. Because Black women don't know how to be fucking victims when you are one. You want to act like you not one. So now you look just as guilty. That's what happens when you like, you know, you acting like a bottom bitch, right?
No, even like, you know what I'm saying, you know, taking comments out of context and just, it was just a lot. It was a lot to deal with. That was a lot to deal with. And even though like it wasn't even solely my situation, it was a lot.
Somebody said, are y'all all slow? Jane Doe literally said it on the stand. He treated her differently. Are you slow? It's called triangulation. And just because Jane Doe thinks that doesn't mean that that's what's actually happening. That's how it works. That's triangulation. He did it with all of them. It makes them want to fight harder to get back in his good graces. It makes them want to do 24-hour fucking freak offs because they want to be chosen so that they can go on the extravagant trip and get the version of him that they really like before they got to deal with the blink twice version of the nigga.
Not on me, because imagine you talking to your best friend every day and she's saying interview, or you know what I'm saying. I had went through a spell where I was.
What about before all of that happened, when they were still in a relationship and she used to be on Twitter every now and again telling us that she wasn't really feeling herself? Y'all gonna forget about that, right? You gonna forget about all the times your friend was posting and deleting shit on Twitter when she was in the relationship with the nigga, that anybody was paying attention could tell that she was going through emotional ups and downs because she's in a toxic relationship with an abusive nigga. Remember, she was like, she didn't even know who she was no more or some shit like that. She had lost herself and she tried to act like it was about the music. Girl, you didn't know who you was before you started making music. The fuck out of here. You knew who you were once you started making music. You thought you was that girl. And then you get into a relationship with a man that love bombs you at first. But how it works is that they start picking apart at you. They start picking apart at you. And then eventually your self-esteem is lowered. And now you don't remember who you were when y'all first got together because they've been picking at you the whole time in ways that don't always seem, you know, like, you know, like, oh, I don't like that. Change that. Put something else on. I don't like how that look. Even if you don't think it's picking away at you, over time, it picks away at you. You're not even really seeing it like shade or like he's trying to play you. Just that, oh, I don't like that. Put something else on. But it is something about knocking a woman's confidence down repeatedly. Okay? And yes, there were tweets. I'm not about to go and look for them and pull them up because they was from over the past couple of years when they were in a relationship. But I definitely remember it because I was clocking it, that she would post ever so often and the post would seem like somebody that's going through it, ups and downs. Right? Because you sad in one moment, then you fighting with Gina, then you going shopping, then y'all didn't seemingly stop talking for a little while, and then y'all back again.
I didn't want to ask me about my best friend. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, girl, fuck that shit, bitch. I'm gonna go in there. You want me to custom hoes out for you? What you want me to do?
Exactly. So that's what you're here to do right now. That's what you're here to do right now.
Like she's not on the witness stand. She's not being called in. That's the stuff that
she was in the paperwork, though. She was in the paperwork.
It goes over.
I know.
Why she wasn't called in? Why she wasn't involved in this fucking case?
She was involved in paperwork. They didn't call a lot of people. They didn't call a lot of people. Lil Rod's testimony was a lot of what they used, and nobody ever called him. They didn't call Gina neither. It's a lot of people that they didn't call to the stand. The fuck that's supposed to mean? You working too hard to try to make the shoe fit and it don't.
After y'all punished her and tried to cancel her. And
he didn't try to cancel shit. She not doing nothing. Nobody tried to cancel Carisha. I'm sure that it felt like that from her vantage point, but from somebody that's on social media, nobody was actually trying to like cancel her. What we were upset about is the way she was playing that bottom bitch role. If she could have just went away and been quiet and I said nothing, that would have been perfect. Let everybody think you a victim so that you don't have to lose shit because of what this nigga going through right now. But no, you wanted to do a fucking interview on Carisha Please to basically let us know that you was still gonna hold that nigga down. And I don't care what nobody talking about. I think she's still holding him down. I think they still on the phone caking and shit. talking about he didn't mistreat J-Lo. What the fuck you talking about? He didn't mistreat J-Lo. You don't even know what happened with J-Lo. How do you know if he mistreated her? I know he shot a woman in the face in a club with J-Lo and then dragged her in a fucking limo with him and went on a high-speed chase from the police with the gun that was just used to shoot a bitch in the face with. Yeah, okay. He didn't abuse J-Lo, but I know she broke up with that nigga after that. Where do y'all get this from? That these niggas know who to play with? No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't give a fuck. You dumb if that's what you think. It's also crazy that you think that just because it hasn't been made public, you think that we don't, the fuck? And that's another thing. Carisha and her friend decided they wanted to end their business relationship so that they can chase behind niggas. So that's what they did. Because the truth of the matter is, JT got a single out. She doing stuff, but it's still not what it is when the city girls are together. That's just what it is. They ended their careers. They focused on their respective ain't shit ass men. They stopped working. They're Star-Lord. You start banking on a nigga to save you, but a nigga can't even save himself right now because he got to pay lawyers' fees. The fuck out of here with that shit. Y'all have no idea what happened with these people. But what I know is that a man that will kick a bitch in the head the way that nigga kicked that lady in the head, he will be like that with every single woman, and every single woman just is on a time clock. You are on a time clock till it happens. Ain't no he a different nigga with you. That's just stupid. All right, y'all. Let's get into Kelly Price.
Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people. But any man that feels that he has the right to disrespect a woman that has never done anything to them because they want to feel whatever and they realize that they will never have to say what they say under a picture or a video of me, something that is nasty and hurtful, and you want to put it there, you do that because you a bitch. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make that abundantly clear. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who getting ready to lose your job if you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine, and I'm not going to lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job.
So Kelly is a Trump supporter. So Kelly's a Trump supporter. I don't care nothing about you cursing people out. I often have conversations about how the community is not okay. And some of you black people make my fucking head hurt and my ass itch. And I just don't know what to do with y'all but to remove myself. So I'm not even mad at her about that. However, I would have liked for her to put a name on it. Because, see, I'm a black woman, just like she's a black woman. And I don't appreciate being called into something I ain't got nothing to do with, because I ain't never been under your comments commenting a goddamn thing. I might talk about you on my channel, but you ain't got to come see me, bitch. You don't have to see me. Okay? Do like the rest of them hoes do and block me. But essentially, for her to open up her mouth and say this, she is a conservative Trump supporter with ignorant ideals. Black women in their DEI jobs. Wow. Wow. Fighting for another culture to take your jobs. I'm telling y'all, black people, that's one of the things I can't stand the most that y'all do. Like, white people tell y'all be mad at another ethnicity of people. They taking your jobs, niggas. Be mad at them. And y'all go run and be mad at them like some damn fools.
God gave me my voice. And yes, Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people. I'm letting you have
Why I feel like she spit on me when she said that shit?
it right now, because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues, looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in, and my feet are so damn big, and who dressed me. I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this, but I'm so sick of Black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, and you know, Lord, pray for me, because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other Black women, but you're an activist, and you are educated, and you are this, and you are that, and you are the other.
So apparently people must have been in her comments eating her ass up. Or maybe, maybe she was, on the blogs and somebody was talking bad about her outfit. Now, the thing I don't understand is, I understand being upset about people talking shit to you. I get it. But ma'am, the Black men put you in a screen, inside of a screen, inside of another screen, because you were so big in the More Money, More Problems video. Kelly, people have been talking shit about you, ma'am. People have been talking about you. People have been talking about you. Why is it about a Black woman today? And that upsets me, y'all, because I watch her come to the internet all the time with a kind word for the ain't shit ass Black men, right? But as soon as some raggedy trolls with faces of Black women say some shit under your comments, now you online, fuck you Black bitches. What about the Black men who have also said terrible things to you and fucked over you throughout the course of your career? You don't make it about Black men. You make it about them individually, right? But you're going to come up here and unleash all this spit out your bonnet about Black women. And I really don't appreciate it, because essentially I feel like, girl, why is you calling for all of us? Like, this ain't got nothing to do with all of us. Put them hoes' names on it. Call them hating ass hoes like I do. Find another word. But why does it have to be about them being Black women? The reason why I say that is because there are trolls in every community that say terrible things to people all day, every day. This feels like an extension of how Kelly feels about herself.
I'm letting you have it right now, because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues, looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't going to get your stupid ass into heaven.
Oh, Lord. A degree not going to get me in heaven. What's going to get you in heaven, Kelly? Because we still say shit like that to each other. That's not going to get you into heaven. Girl, really?
Find yourself.
Girl,
Because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't going to do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said. Find yourself, because
oh no, it felt like she talking about some people she saw in her comments and she went to their page and saw who they was, or she talking about somebody specifically. But I said in the comments that I wish she would put a name on it. And then a whole bunch of niggas was like, she said Black women. Ugh, sheesh. Black women is not a name, you dumbass bitch. Some of these niggas online, when I tell you they cannot wait for an opportunity to hate on Black women. Like, is she listening to red pill content as well? Because that's what it's giving. It's giving Kelly's listening to, but you know what? I know that there's a sector of the problematic church streaming that a lot of the women like to sit and listen to, right? And a lot of that is red pill content. A lot of that, like, it's the same rhetoric being used towards Black women with a church, covering on top of it. But it's essentially teaching women to be made mattresses and mules and shit. Judge other women for your insecurities, all of that shit. But yeah, I just kind of feel like I don't know what this is about, but I wish she would put a name on it. I did. I wish that she would put a name on it. She's very, very angry. And Kelly is just always in some mess, but then pretending to be on some moral high ground. It's weird. It's weird. I'm going to leave her alone, though. Tyrese, or Cryreese, as we all like to call him.
I tried my best to get Mary J. Blige on both songs. She passed on it. It's okay. I feel a way about it. I'm hurt. I'm really hurt. I can't lie. But she passed on it. And I wasn't hurt that Mary passed on the song as if she didn't have a choice, because she does. She's a fucking legend. She's my sister. I love her. I was more so hurt about her passing on the song because, like a mad scientist, I went into the studio, and when I tell you I customized this song, I made this motherfucker tailor-made for Mary. And if y'all can get this message to Mary, you my Capricorn sister. I love you more than you could ever. I don't even think you understand how much I love you. You are just so one of a kind. You are one of one. Your heart, your soul, your compassion, your empathy towards everyone. You take care of everybody around you. Loyal to a default at times. You're amazing. I love you. I'm disappointed that you didn't do my song, but we got so much equity over all these years. I ain't gonna hold that to you.
So remember how we was talking about niggas using all your energy? Remember we were talking during the live, niggas using all your energy, child. That's what it felt like. It really felt like whenever I got to listen to Tyrese talk about anything, I felt like he's sucking up my energy. I really, really do. And I just want him to stop. I want him to stop. I want to leave me alone. Don't do it. Stop. But there he is, dragging the energy out of all of the women listening in the vicinity as he begs another woman to do something that she don't want to do. Y'all always need women energy for something. Nigga, go sing that solo album and get away from me with this. Tired of him. I be working on people's nerves. Like, just like, oh my God. Like, just stop. Okay, I'm gonna do this one last thing and I'm gonna leave y'all. All right. So I saw this pop up on my timeline, and this reminded me of the conversation about Moesha. Because y'all, the way y'all talk about Moesha because she didn't want to take a card that she didn't want, I'm telling y'all, I don't like it. If you can't afford to get your child what she asked for, don't get it at all. But don't you show up with something that you know she not gonna like and then try to force her into being grateful for it. That feels like some type of form of abuse as well. Works on my fucking nerves. But I feel like parents like this just don't like their kids. That's what the person who posted it said. Help me congratulate my daughter on her first car at 16 years old. I want her to be humble before she get the finer things in life. And yes, a Saturn would have been better than this. But when I tell y'all people really don't like their kids, what do you mean you want to humble her? What do you mean you want to humble her? Like, the need to humble children is ridiculous. You don't want her to be humble, you dummy. I'm sorry, y'all, but this pissed me the fuck off. You want her to be responsible. You don't want to buy her an expensive car because this is her first car. So normally people total or fuck up their first car. So you're not going to get her something extremely expensive. But why the fuck would you put her in a car like that? Does that car, like, can you even pay for the parts to fix that car? Like, you could have got the lady a used Toyota, a used Honda Civic. Like, there are cars to get for young Black girls. Toyota Corollas, Honda Civics, Nissan Maximas. Like, these are all Nissan Sentra. These are all cars that you could go get down to you know what I'm saying? Down to the gently formerly used car dealership. A Ford Focus, a Taurus. Bitch, you could have bought her anything in the 90s. I mean, really, that's like, you didn't even get her a 90s car. I don't even know what year that is, but that's given 80s. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If I had the money, I would trick that hoe out. And that would be a finer thing in life thing. Because if I want a car from the 80s or the 70s, I would trick it out. Like, I'd have candy painted the fuck out that motherfucker. I'd have saw if I could add like a convertible top to this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'd have redid the insides. I'd have put in a system. I'd have added some wheels on this shit. We roll tight whips every day. Bentley, Lex, Mercedes, and Escalades. Listen, you want to embarrass her. That's what if this is meant for her to just drive this car around as is, this was meant to embarrass her. Like, this is ridiculous, y'all. Like, you are only supposed to get cars that's been made within the last, like, I would say 10 to 20 years when you getting a used car. Don't go get no fucking 70s vehicle for no 2025 child. That's so fucked up. She don't love that child. But listen, I'm telling y'all right now, if a nigga pull up to my house and something like this, he better have the money to fix it. Because I would drive it around. I'm not even gonna lie. I would. I would pimp that hoe and happily drive it around. But no, yeah, this was meant for you to embarrass your daughter so that people can clown her. That's what this was meant for. Hey, it's Janae. I'm not even going to go on X, okay? Because I'm probably not signed into the safe one. So yeah, no. But to me, you obviously want to embarrass her. You obviously want to like have everybody making fun of her. It's weird when parents intentionally make their kids struggle. There are other ways to teach value. Some parents be your first bully and your first hater. Yep. I was recently, we were talking about it at the call game when I had first got there, but this is something that I'm also seeing on social media. And I'm going to play y'all a video before we go because I love when a TikTok video will coincide, okay? And also just because the lady TikTok video was good. Y'all don't like these kids and y'all don't want to help them. And you actually like hinder their progress. That's what I feel we see a lot of. Hindering children's process because you don't like them. Damn, I didn't save it. Damn. But this teacher, y'all, this teacher was talking about how terrible it is to deal with parents these days because they're not trying to help their kids. Y'all don't want to like read with them at home. You don't do any real work with them because obviously the school system failed your fucking ass too. So you're not helping the kid. The teacher is trying to tell you we need to get the kid help because they can't fucking read. And you sitting up here arguing with me about it because you don't want to have to get the child help. Like, what's going on? It's a lot. That's why I said I feel like a lot of people shouldn't have had kids because there's so many of them that don't have the temperament, that don't have the intellect. And when I say intellect, what I mean is the wherewithal to go and get your child the help that they need so that they can have their best shot in this life, no matter what their issues are. The patience to deal with that. It's a hard job, y'all. Listen, it is hard. And I know it's hard. But I'm also really exhausted of seeing how many people do not give a fuck about their children. And so we can't tell y'all that some of y'all is ain't shit parents and shouldn't have had no fucking kids because it's so hard. The fuck? It is hard. It is hard, which is why most of you motherfuckers shouldn't be doing it. So when we be up here talking about not having kids, don't have kids, stop having fucking kids, and you always want to have somebody up here, y'all always trying to tell somebody not to have kids. Yes, bitch, because most of y'all don't want the kids for the right reasons. You don't want the kids for the right reasons. You don't want to actually help them. You want to actually just have somebody you can abuse because you don't have no control nowhere else in your life. So y'all have children so that y'all could control the life of somebody else because you can't control your own life. My God, today. Thank you, Keisha, for the super chat. So we are more disrespectful than white people or black men? Or is it that white folks don't know her? Kelly has always been a meanie. Her and Nikki Gilbert. Child, yeah, Nikki Gilbert be on TikTok trying to get us to Kimi Kim. Thank you so much for the super chat. Trying to get us to hear her complain about shit. She looks beautiful, but I don't want to hear her complain. I just want to hear her sing. She's very beautiful though. Nikki Gilbert. Jeez. Faith is all we need. Thank you so much for the super chat, love. She gonna fuck up her car and somebody else's. That's all metal. No, for real. And it's so big. I'm like, you think she really gonna be able to twerk that hoe? You think she gonna be able to hit the corners in that shit? And then I'm telling you that car ain't got no good positive traction. So let her hit a hill too. Boom, on the side. The fuck? You gotta drive super duper slow in that shit. I'm 5 miles to empty on her ass. Me and my husband was just talking about the only job you have never done before. You think you know everything. We agree we don't know and are working with therapy really. No, for real. For real. I do. I swear I go up. Shout out to y'all. I go up for people that have the intellect as parents to research how to make better decisions for their kids instead of assuming your raggedy ass parents that was just basically spitballing everybody's life knew what the fuck they was doing. So we just gonna do what they did. No, if you have the tools and books and podcasts and research and you could take what's useful and leave the rest. But it's so many people that have children that are poor and ignorant and don't have nothing, or they going through religious psychosis. Like it's just so many ways that y'all fuck these kids up nowadays. And it really just goes all the way back to the fact that you shouldn't have never had none, but somebody convinced you that you should. Oh no, that's what I wanted to show y'all. I'm sorry. I remember, bitch. Y'all can't leave yet. Don't go. Don't go yet.
Not want children. I imagine.
Hold up. And the reason why I'm showing y'all this is because I had no idea that this is what was going on. Hold up. I'm gonna mute myself because
when I was 11 years old,
TikTok be low.
I knew I did not want children. I imagine that must be strange for people to hear. My mom couldn't have children, so she adopted 3 children from birth. I'm the youngest. My mom was a teacher and a great one, but I do not think she should have had kids. She was abusive behind closed doors and let my oldest sibling abuse the whole family on a daily basis. She never looked happy. Even my friends' mothers didn't look happy. They were all stressed, angry, and on some form of substance. I never looked at a mom and thought to myself, that looks like fun. I went to about 10 different doctors from the ages of 18 to 24 and asked if they would tie my tubes. The answer was always no, you are too young. You will change your mind. I am now 32 years old and I still don't desire children. About a year ago, I took birth control for the first time to attempt to stop my cycle. Instead, it got worse and the doctor's solution was to keep adding estrogen to my body. For the first time, I had a strong desire to have kids. I was having baby fever like crazy and thought I would just do it by myself. I started asking my friends who were all moms about raising kids. All the answers were the same across the board. I love my kids, but it's really hard, which I took as, don't do it. You will hate your life. I stopped taking the birth control and within 3 weeks, all my baby fever went away. I had realized then it was the birth control making me want a baby with the hormonal imbalance. I thought to myself, how many women did the pill do that to? I had seen my friends' lives with their kids up close recently, and they were right. I would hate my life with children. They are exhausted, never have time alone, and they're always stressed. In this economy, they are stuck with men they don't even like anymore and barely help with the kids because financially, they can't do it alone. They look just like all the moms I knew growing up, except with gentle parenting now. So the kids don't notice, but everyone else can see it. I feel so bad for them. Being child-free is lonely. You are oftentimes the only one who is in your circle of friends. I can't relate to most of their lives now, but every time they vent to me about family problems, I am reminded why I am so lucky I chose this life. I have learned to do almost all things alone and enjoy my time. I can go on vacation for a week or go out to eat by myself, and I don't feel lonely at all. To be separated from codependency is a gift. In society, we are taught to find a partner, get married, buy a house, and have kids. Hardly ever has a woman been told to stay child-free if you want. But I think this is something we need to start teaching the next generation. So the moms who actually want to be moms are, and the rest who were brainwashed into thinking this is their destiny, don't regret their adult lives.
And that's what I wanted to play for y'all. And just to reiterate what she said, and I had no idea. Being on birth control makes you baby crazy to some extent. That's crazy. I had no idea, y'all. The lady said she got on birth control to stop her period, and it ended up making her baby crazy until she got off of it. And I was like, damn, can you imagine a woman that really didn't want to have kids, got on birth control, and then become baby crazy, get with a nigga, and now you want to have a baby, but now you hate the baby because you didn't really want the baby, but your hormones was telling you to want the baby? That's wow, yo. That's wow. I did not know that. I had no idea that that's what it was doing. It does make sense. But I didn't even think that it would cause you to want to be pregnant. That's crazy. It does make sense because I do think there are a lot of women out there that really probably never wanted kids. And some point in their life, oh, now I want kids. Also, this idea that they won't give women, they won't like tie women's tubes. Like I can go to a doctor and this man can tell me that, no, I can't tie my tubes. That is crazy. Like that's crazy. Like, oh my God. No, y'all, I was on birth control from 19 until how old was I in 2019? What was that? 5 years ago? I was 32. So yeah, I had been on birth control from 19 to 32 because I didn't want a kid. I didn't want a kid. I didn't want a kid. And I'm so glad there was nothing about my hormones that was making me want a kid. Thank God today. Okay, because no. Horny, yes. Baby fever, no. That's interesting. Because I used to always think it was just being horny, but apparently not. It might be a connection of that. Like for some women. My birth control never did that to me. Wow. No, but everybody's body responds differently, right? And the hormones make you feel differently. But I just thought that was very interesting, like that amount of estrogen would make you want a baby. Another thing, like, and I'm about to go, but through listening to a lot of people arguing online about, men and women and all of this, I saw a doctor talking about how women's frontal lobes are way more fortified and well-formed than men's. And then, of course, y'all know men have all of this testosterone. So one, y'all are slightly dumber. And for two, you have a hard time controlling your emotions because of all of the hormones that you have as well as men. I think that's so interesting. Because, they always using testosterone as the reason for why men should be in control of everything because they're stronger, because testosterone makes them inherently stronger, which means they should be leaders because they can physically overpower people, which means they should be leaders. This is how most men feel. They may not admit it, but most men feel like whoever can physically control something, like that's how they feel like, well, women and men. If a man can physically control, then that means he should lead. But it's so funny because it's like it also shows that y'all's frontal cortex is not as formed. So that doesn't mean that you should lead. That doesn't mean that you should lead just because you're stronger. That means you should pick more shit up. That's what that means. Pick more shit up. Pick up 2 babies instead of just 1. Pick up the woman and the baby. That's what your extra testosterone is supposed to be for, so that you can fight off, other men that's trying to take your woman and shit. Like essentially all of this, like men building themselves up the way they did over time was to get women. And people hate to admit that a lot of peacocking men, become who they are so that they can get women. Scientifically, biologically, a lot of it was done to get women. Now y'all have flipped it. And y'all think that because y'all are physically stronger, that means y'all should be leading women. And I just don't believe that. I think men are more submissive. I do. I don't think that men should be leaders just because they're men. I think they have to have a certain set of principles and a certain level of discipline in order to be a leader. But yeah, and it's all very interesting. Either way, I hope y'all enjoyed the pontification today. I know it wasn't the normal, haha. But I just started a new challenge and I'm tired because Kiara LaShae can't stand us. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed the show though. Thank y'all for coming through. I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Ooh Ladies First panel will be back on my channel. So see y'all later.